Ireland's fight for freedom, many men have fallen. Our lives given proudly for the cause. Those gallant lives given for their country. And to you now the story I will tell. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? Let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? That our lads and lassies will sing along. Remember Peter Cleary and Fergal Carahar. Both were murdered by the forces of the Crown. We'll speak with pride of Jim Lockery and Sean Campbell. In South Armagh these gallant men did dwell. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? Let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? That our lads and lassies will sing along. In North Armagh, remember McIlvana, Crossy, Burns, Toman and McCarr. And from Tyrone, McKerney, Cardy and Coney, McNally, Ryan, Tony Doris too. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? Let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? That our lads and lassies will sing along. Remember Bob Kelly and Jim Bryson, Skipper Burns, Sean Savage and Billy Reid. These men all hail from the gallant Belfast Battalion. So many more I cannot them all name. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? Let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven? That our lads and lassies will sing along. Let's not prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they've taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. The prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Let's hear it! Lord, lie the feet of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wings, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. A lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters there, when you're free. Against the famine and the crime, I rebelled, they fought me down. You must raise our child with dignity. Lord, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wings, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Harbor wall, she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lived to hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. On your own! That's it, on your own. The small free birds fly. Our love was on the wings, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Well, folks, how you all doing? What is the crack? Welcome to another Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast with myself, Big Ro, folks. So I'm here at 4 o'clock today. Back again. It feels like I've been away forever. It's only been 1 week, but it seems like honestly for ages. So that's folks. Thanks very much for joining me. As usual, please share the stream if you can. If you're watching on Facebook, just hit the wee share button. So if you're any part of any like Rebel groups, Celtic groups, Republican groups, even if you want to just share the stream on your own page, please do. It'll help us to get as many listeners as possible. Because the reason being, I'm always saying that the share it is my page, folks, on Facebook is literally on its last legs. So anything I post, I think it's only getting the third now of like I think there's like 16,000 followers on it, 11,000 likes, and it'd be great if all those 16,000 people got to see when I go live, but they don't because of this here Facebook algorithm or whatever it's called. So it's because obviously I would post political stuff Mark Zuckerberg mightn't agree with. So that's why the page does not get the output it should do to all the followers of the page. So if you can share it, folks, just share it on as many pages as you can. Also, if you're watching on Twitter today, we're going to try and jump up the Twitter fan club, folks. So if you're on Twitter and you haven't already liked the page, give it a wee like or a follow for us. Also, you can retweet the stream on Twitter, so you can. And if you're watching on YouTube, which a good bulk of the crowd today are watching on YouTube, just you can copy and paste the link and share it on any of your streams on social media, which we much appreciate. Yeah, folks, so we'll start off the show there today with just you've seen the Fields of Athenry. And we'll put the picture of Pete St. John, who passed away yesterday, unfortunately. Obviously, he wrote the legendary anthem, so he did, and so it was great to see Michael Conlon come out last night with obviously Grace, and then playing the Fields of Athenry as well. I thought it was a lovely wee touch for on the day that Pete St. John passed away, folks. Just before we'll get into the show, I just want to put this up. Obviously, these two lads last night, I thought it was going to be an Irish double at the end. Like Queven was absolutely phenomenal. I watched all his fight. And literally, he didn't even break a sweat. Like, I mean, that wee Mexican guy was tough. He was tough. He took some shots from Queven, so he did. But listen, fair play to him. He got the win on points at the end. But folks, the man here on my left hand side, Mick Conlon, all I can say is what a fight. I watched the whole thing, and literally, like, I had him winning nearly every single round. Like, he had your man knocked out in the first round, so he did. And like, Mick took a few shots himself, but your boy Lee Wood, fair play to him. He's a deserved champion, but to get what happened there, it was just really, really sorry to see the way the fight ended. So it was, I think, if Mick had held on over the last round, he definitely would have won it in points. But then again, you say to yourself, the way the boxing goes these days, with judging and stuff, and all you had to look at the Josh Taylor fight a few weeks ago, and what a total farce it was. I mean, there's no way he should have won that match, and he did, So it's normally if it's a close fight, they'll always give it to the hometown fighter. But all I can say is fair play to Mick Conlon, and I'd love to see a replay, a rematch between him and your man Lee Wood. But again, Lee Wood come across really, really sound fella last night, and again this morning I heard him interviewed, and he came off really gracious in the win. So fair play to you, Lee. But say Mick Conlon, he is a true warrior. Just at the end there, that one punch your man hit him. I think he was out before he even fell out of the ropes. You know what I mean? So that's all I can say. But yep, so fair play to Mick Conlon. Absolutely cracking fight there last night. So it was, folks. So right, so if there's any of your questions you want, folks, let me know. Today we have no guest on today, just myself. So a lot of stuff to get through on the show today. So yeah, get them on. Say we're here to 4 o'clock. Right, let's jump into the comments and see who we have here listening in today, folks. Again, let me know where you're watching from the day. It's always interesting to hear who we have watching the show, where we have the show watching from. Right, so we'll jump up first to YouTube. Jim McCaff. Afternoon, folks. Let's all support the Red Army. Not from me, I'm afraid. I would rather drink a bowl of my own piss than support Cliftonville and their fans. That's just a deep, long-centered dislike I have for many years now. So sorry for all you Cliftonville fans. I know there's lots of watching the show today, but sorry, not for me. I'd be supporting Coleraine today. So come on, the bandsiders. I can see a lot of people turning off now, so I can't, a lot of thumbs down, so I can't. But that's just the way I feel, folks. There's our spanners himself, Marty Heaney. What's crack, Marty? Listening to YouTube, good man yourself. Lee Curry watching on YouTube. Good afternoon. Happy Rebel Sundays, everybody. Martin Keane, YouTube. Will Rowe, welcome back to the motherland. Yes, good to be back. So it is. Celine, listen, you've started off this year fantastically. So you're one of the first ones on every single week now. Fair play to you. You must be setting your alarm, or you get a wee bit earlier. Rocker is watching today. Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well and having a fine Rebel Sunday. There's Elaine as well watching on YouTube today. Hi, everyone. King Kiddo. Right, before we'll go on, right, and do the first song of the show, I want to address this here, right. So basically this morning there, right, Stevie Holbrook sent me a picture, right. This is hold on a second, I'm trying to find it here, but he sent me through, right. So 1 second, where's the comments? Elaine. Right, so Stevie sent me this here picture through, right. So he did, and there's a bit of context. So first of all, he sent me this one here, right, as you can see, right. Yeah, very funny, right. And then this one, right. So the context of what they're talking about is obviously in my line of work, I come across a bit of, let's say stuff that's maybe going out of date or is out of date, and I'll pass it around to people, you know. So a few weeks ago, I got loads and loads of crisps, and then they weren't Irish Taro crisps, they're actually King crisps. I think I have to say they're probably the best tasting crisps in the south. I prefer Northern Taro and definitely King crisps in the south. That's just a wee personal thing of mine to it anyway. But so I give them up to Stevie and the lads anyway up in their work, and they're all great. But they weren't out of date. They're probably out of date now, so I have to say it. But they weren't out of date when I give them, and they were very grateful. So they were whatever I give them, right? But obviously now they're taking the piss going on King Taro. But the thing I want to tell you is this, right? I don't know if users were talking to my ma or whatever, right? But I haven't been down the studio in 2 weeks, so it's the first time I've been down to the studio this morning, right? And I comes down this morning, and this is the God's honest truth, right? What I'm going to show you here. This here thing here was sitting on my desk on the studio, facing me, right? When I come in this morning, so here we go. Like, what the hell? Well, how did that even happen? That's definitely going to be the new mascot, Mr. Potato. Hey, what the hell? So I don't know if Marty and Stevie have fusions, but he contacted my ma over this here King Tato hangover, and she's put that there. But listen, fair play, it's a bit of crack, so it was. Right, so we'll back in the comments, see what we have on it there. There goes Stevie Holbrook as well. So Rocker, it's morning for him in America. Whereabouts in America are you, Rocker, today? Let's see, Terry Mealy, happy Sunday, folks. Look forward to the show today. No Celtic games to get in the way. Yes, we're playing tomorrow night in the Scottish Cup, so happy days. Yeah, Marty Heaney says, so a big role, new King Steel Tato. Afternoon, Roland McDonald, what's the crack, mate? We also have Mark Officer. Good man, Mark. There's Kate Lambert up there in the mighty Lurgan. And I was watching the news the other night there, Kate, so I wasn't seeing about these here families, all these refugees and stuff from Ukraine come in. And the headline straight away was, I was expecting them to say, and they walk straight back out again. This is a great story here about this here girl who a family from Lurgan has welcomed her in. And I thought they were going to say, but she got there and walked back out again and went back to Belfast. So she did. But I know, only joking there, Kate. I love Lurgan. So do Paul Walsh up the Rebels. R.I.P. Pete St. John. Nice to see folks, loads of people there. Respect Pete St. John today. There's Maura Burns was crack. Maura, Ciara Griffin is watching. Alex McCafferty looking for grace for the mighty Mick Collin. Yes, that is going to be on at some stage this afternoon. Don't worry, I have it down there. So Joseph McGuy says, tell me about Celine. So I thought it was going to be an all Irish double as long as he made a good recovery. That's what counts. Yeah, well, I've seen him interview with him, and I think he just took it on the chin. Well, he took one, I think, on the chin last night. But yep, Mick Collin will come back definitely stronger. So he will. Let's see. Row the rattling bog you're looking for. Right, let's see what else we'll have. John Boy McElhenney. Hi everyone, great start to the show. Well, good to see you last week, mate, in Malone's in Glasgow, mate. Thanks very much again for coming. Marty Heaney says, I am a victim of the Facebook algorithm until tomorrow night. No, you're a victim of just being a gobshite. So you are, Marty. Oh, here we go. That's Red Army, you see. He's still getting me now, but this here Cliftonville thinks he is are. Watching from the Tato factory. Kathy is watching with you. Good afternoon, Christina. Good to see you last week, Christina Malone's well. Thank you very much for showing up. Kira says, can I play Emer Hill and Paddy? Harry's looking for Rock On, Rock All. Rush John says, hi Rush, see you Thursday. Yes, can't wait to be up in Derry this Thursday on St. Paddy's Day. The Parkhead faithful. Southern Tato Snacks Row. Oh, see, we're going to a debate going today, so we are. Coleraine Bond Sailors, Bill of Blue, Neb Row. There we go, you see. Free State potatoes are the best. Right. So Justin McQuillan says, afternoon, Clare wants me to turn you off now, young lad. Starting to get his Cliftonville gear on. The head of his Cliftonville teammates sport the red on. Come on, that's us. Owen Kearney, you can do it, lads. Lads, it's going back from my DC days this here, so it is just the hatred of Cliftonville as a club. So I'm sorry, I actually got through out of solitude one day by the stewards, which wasn't very nice. So there you go. Wrote any chance to play another song by Corey Conlon? Maybe, Mario, I'll look into it and see. Right, so where we go. So we're going to jump into the first song. So let's say, folks, we're going to be talking about that last week's gig. Obviously the inaugural North Men, South Men tour we done in Malone's in Glasgow last Friday, and then we went to the Liverpool Irish Centre on Saturday night. 2 great gigs. So on Friday night, our support act of the evening was Krista Coyle from Derry. Obviously, she lives over in Glasgow now. She put on an absolute phenomenal performance. Lots and lots of great comments put in for her. Even the lads from Clover were saying they hadn't really heard her singing before. It was their first time watching her, and blown away. Fantastic. So Krista, well done. So we're going to play a song from Krista Coyle for the first song of the show today. And I think it was she dedicated this song to Big Skin last week. I think it was her first song she played. So here we go. This is Krista Coyle from her album From the Streets of Free Derry. And this is the ballad Georgian Pop. And we'll do this as well from my big friend Johan, the Swedish Provo. I know it's his favourite song as well. So it is Johan, great to see you last week. You're absolute legends you are. Here we go. This is Krista Coyle, folks, from Rebel Sundays till 4 o'clock. This is the ballad Georgian Pop.
Left their base with hearts young and gay, and their cause was for freedom. It's the cause of the night, and that foreign oppressor we went to defy. And while patrolling our streets, and they met at the ready, our lads had to go, and so we'll raise up our hands, and we'll curse the British land, who torments the very hearts of men, and who dared to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. For the police, it went silent as the shooting died down. 2 young lads, they lay dead on the streets of our town, and that's another 2 lives lost for the ongoing fight. And in Derry were mourned on that fateful night, and so we'll raise up our hands, and we'll curse that British land, torment the very hearts of men, and it dared to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. And now Georgie and Pop, and they lie cold as stone. They died fighting for Derry, their own native home. And so always remember, and don't ever forget, they died fighting my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me. They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you.
Yo, folks, one of Krista Coyle for you with the ball of George and Pop again. Say fair play to Krista last week, who was obviously our support act for the gig in Malone's in Glasgow. And just to mention it, folks, a phenomenal gig. We were sort of a bit weary about going over. Obviously, it was the first sort of tour between myself and Clover. Didn't really, the ticket sales for the Glasgow gig were going really well, but on the night it was just bunged. Couldn't get another person in the door, so absolutely blew us away. So thanks very much to everyone that came. Let's see. Terry Mealy says, could I play Streets of Gibraltar, please, in memory of anniversary last week? Yes, I know it was the anniversary last week, so I'm going to play it there next to Terry Swam, the Mesa Era version. Harley Townsend, Ro, can we get it live on Thursday as well, so that people can say happy St. Patrick's Day to you? Well, hopefully it depends what the Wi-Fi is like. And the Derry City Supporters Club, if it's good Wi-Fi, yep, I'll definitely share the stream live when it's on. So well, so Patrick's Day itself, I'm going to be going to the parade with the kids and Laura, and then obviously I'm going to be shooting off at the Derricks. I'm going to be staying overnight, so we need to do something that day. Still actually don't know where we're going yet. Don't really want to go to the parade in Belfast, because if there's a more anti-Irish St. Patrick's Day parade, then it's the one in Belfast City Centre, you know. It's you can't even fly a tricolour in Avon, so what's the point in going? I mean, going celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I mean, National Day of Ireland, and you can't even fly your country's flag. So I don't know what we're going to do. We might go maybe down Patrick or something. Let's see. Chris McCrory is watching. Come on, the wee hoops. Proven well, Tommy, what's the crack? Again, Tommy, legendary. Thank you very much for putting me up last week in your flat in Glasgow. You're a gentleman, mate, and a legend, a scholar, so you are. So I just got this here sent in, so we did from, see folks, if any of you are watching today, again, Derek Delaney has just sent us a wee picture as well. I'm going to try and get it uploaded in a minute. So they're all over in Benidorm now, for play is just lucky ducks. They're listening today in a great wee pub in Benidorm called the Thistle Pub. So it is, so the whole Joe, Val and Derek are all here in the Thistle Bar in Old Town, looking for the town love so well. Yes, I'll get it on for you in the next half hour or so. So thanks very much today for tuning in from Benidorm. Rocker as well said this. He says, Ro, can you keep all the live streams on your channel after you stream them? I'm looking for one episode where you interviewed a fella and played a few of his songs. I can't find it now. What one is it, Rocker? Because nearly all of them should be on YouTube. So all of the shows. So I don't know what one it is. If you let me know, and I can get you the link sent, or I'll upload the link here. Yeah, so folks, if you're watching today, send us a wee picture and let us know who you are. Send it through to me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and I'll put it on the screen. So I'll have this one here just sent in from Marley and Elaine. And Stevie, their new tenant, is watching with me today as well. So you go, lads, for prettiest. They're watching down in West Belfast today in White Rock Gardens. So cheers for tuning in this afternoon for prettiest. Good crack. Great fans of the show, says are. Right, so next tune today, we're going to do this one for Terry, who was looking for the Streets of Gibraltar. Obviously, it was the anniversary last week, so it was. So this is the Mesa Era version from their new album. So it is. Obviously, the guy singing this here, Mickey McNally. Obviously, the song was originally recorded by the Irish Brigade. Mickey and his wife Maura wrote the song, so they did. So this is from Mesa Era's current album they have out, so check it out. Folks, this is Mesa Era with the Streets of Gibraltar on Rebel Sundays. Well, that's Krista Coyle, you see. Started so well. This should be Mesa Era with the Streets of Gibraltar. There we go. That's better.
They flew out of Belfast with an ambitious plan to continue the struggle to free Ireland. Mairead Farrell, Sean Savage and Daniel McCann, but they died on the streets of Gibraltar. In a night I'd been watching that followed They knew they were charmed, that none had a gun. We'll give them no warning or no chance to run. For 3 must die on Gibraltar, and sad are 3 homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. The SAS stood there, so proud of their deed. 3 more freedom fighters lay dead in the street, like the 8 block of martyrs in ambush did me. But our 3 far away in Gibraltar, and sad our 3 homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. Married while in prison, we watched you with pride. Due to all you believed in, and for this you died. With 2 fine volunteers, Dan and Sean at your side. A part of us died in Gibraltar, and sad our 3 homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. It happens each time that a volunteer dies. They screen of the truth with a cover of lies, but we know what happened, although it's denied. They planned the 3 deaths on Gibraltar, and sad our 3 homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar.
There we go. Soon of Misa Era there with the streets of Gibraltar, and that was on the anniversary of the 3 volunteers, Dan, Sean and Maria, who passed away here last week in Gibraltar, folks. Yep, so see any more requests? We're here till 4 o'clock today, folks, so loads of stuff happening. So what I'm going to be doing is you might have seen me advertising on Facebook this week, and Instagram and Twitter, all the rest of the pages. So the big fans gathering, folks, I'm going to be releasing the full lineup and the ticket details today, maybe the next hour for you. So have a wee video to play for it. You're going to be sick of hearing it over the next few months. So I'll let you know when it's happening, who's going to be playing, that kind of thing. Also, so last year's Big Fans Gathering, folks, Clover recorded their second live album live at the PD on the night. So the album is nearly finished. It's just being finally mixed now over the next few weeks. But I have the very first finished track, and we'll be playing today at some stage this afternoon as well. So tune in for that there, keep listening. It's going to be the first track anybody's heard from this album, folks. And I have to say, going by this song I have here, the rest of the album is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Cannot wait to hear it. So I'm sure this year album will sell very, very well. Whoever the guys who've mixed it have done a great job. Also the guy that recorded it on the night. So yep, that's going to be Clover's second live album, recorded live in the PD in West Belfast, folks. Will be out very, very soon, and we'll be playing the debut track from the album on the day's show. So listen off that there. Right, let's see. So I'm getting a few pictures sent in the day, folks. All a bit of crack, so it is. Like so you're all really taking the piss out of this here, Mr. Potato Head crack. So yeah, you know. So if any of you want to send in anything else where you're watching the show from today or whatever, let me know, and I'll get it on for you. Right. So see Stevie right there. He says up at Culties. He says I'm always giving the Culties. You're always giving us stick. So you are and us here. And I know some weeks it's a bit of crack and stuff, but I'm going to play a video now for you, right, folks? And this video is serious. It's some people think, this wee girl's taking the piss. She's not. I follow this wee girl on TikTok, so do. And if there's ever a reason to give you Culty stick, then this is the video to do it by. So this, if any of you haven't seen it yet, you're going to laugh your head off. But here we go. Oh, this was so. When I seen this last week, I had the shirt, so but this is deadly serious. And this wee girl, right, she is our future. She goes to Queen's University. How she get into Queen's University, I have no idea. I don't know what she's studying, but have a listen to this.
Do you want to know what properly baffles me, right? Do you know why everyone's complaining now about like petrol and diesel prices being pure high, right? But whenever I go to fill up my car, I pay £20 into it. And sure, it's still £20. I just don't get, I genuinely don't get why everyone's like going mental.
Like, what the hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. See, that's our future, folks. That's what we're up against. We're sending our children to university to shape the future for us, and this is what you're up against. So anybody else that gives me grief for slagging Culties again, just go back to that video. She is a prime example of a culture. So she is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Grace McQuaid says Kerry Marshall, he is talking about the Clover album. He is talking about the new Clover album, the PD. Liz Doran on Facebook says, watching from McCullough Duff and Inishowen. Let's see. I also have it. Yep. Marty just put up there as well. But if anyone want to join the Rebel podcast, the fans page, Marty set up, or I think it was last year sometime. It's a great wee page. Loads of stuff on it, a lot of Republican stuff. They also share a lot of live stream as well, including my own. So I get on to you folks. I'll try and bump up the membership on so well. So Robert Kelleher on Facebook was looking for the Sniper's Promise. Anne-Marie Barkley is watching today. We also have Jimmy Mulholland says, good afternoon from the stateside. Whereabouts are you in the stateside? Terry Millier says, thanks for a beautiful version. A part of us died in Gibraltar. Definitely all of us did die in Gibraltar. Jim McCaffrey, not letting this here go, are you? Monroe, not supporting the Union Jack bond sailors. Now, to be honest now, right, I actually used to deliver the beer to Coleraine Football Club as part of my old job. So that, to be honest, they're probably one of the nicest group of people I ever deal with. I've met the chairman and all. No, it's usually him opens the place up. You have a good yarn and stuff. A bit of banter about the Irish League. No, really have a lot of time for that club. So do. So but you're not going to get me to support Cliftonville today. Definitely not. So very, very sorry. Derek says, yeah, thanks, Ro. I sent you a picture of Carl and Karen. Oh, Karen, the owner. I'd say the pub, right? I'll try and see if I can get that uploaded then. So right, so say, folks, we did go there last week to do the inaugural tour of the North Men, South Men tour. Hopefully we'll do it again, maybe a few different venues. So again, cheers to Clover for inviting me along with them. It was great. So it was. So thanks very much for having me. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to play a wee video actually of I've done a load of pictures from the weekend. So obviously the first bit of pictures is from the Glasgow gig, and the second bit of pictures is from the let's go say Newcastle, the Liverpool gig. So just go. I've put one of Clover's live songs over the top as well, folks. So have we watch this here. Hope you enjoy it.
Wildflowers grow, overlooking a valley green. There's a monument, it's standing tall for Ireland to see. Where brave men fought the black and tans, and where marks still can be seen. Their 4 men died for orange, white and green. The people, they lived in fear of the hordes real. As on their way, they raped and robbed, shot men working in the fields. They did not care for the people then, instilling fear was their aim. The Yorkshiremen to Ireland had came. How shaky he led them well, on their bicycles they were keen. Their orders were to terrorize our land peaceful and serene. But on the 1st of May they were nowhere to be seen. Plans were drawn.
Maybe get the rest of it on there later on, but yeah, that was all the pictures. Firstly from Malone's gig. So also as well, I just want to put this here up here. So obviously, what I had to say, folks, see last week they're at their trip. I know I'm maybe going on about this here gig, but it was a great weekend. So I had to have a big shout here, my mate Peter Campbell. So obviously he was driving us last week. So literally we drove all the way to Liverpool last Saturday. So it was myself, Pedro, and then Big Johan in the back of the car. And I know Pedro himself, he was shattered, like he still made the long drive. Then next morning, back again, all the way to Glasgow from Liverpool. And so after dropped all our shit off in Glasgow, well, I told Pedro we're going to go to, obviously, Falkirk, where he lives, so we'll go with my Northview boys. So yeah, it was a great crack, great day, and ended up back in Glasgow at night in Callies, and met a few people. So it was a great weekend. But let's go do this wee picture here put up. So it was great. It's always great to see some of the fans and supporters of the show when you're out and about, folks. So the picture on the left hand side is Ian and Bradley, 2 lads who were drinking in the Star in there, and Falkirk, so they were, so they bumped into me. Actually bought us all around drinks, so cheers, lads. And they're saying that basically they watch the show every week, big fans, so thanks very much. And the other picture is all the lads who's with us, so you obviously can see Big Johan on the right hand side of the Swedish Provo, and then John there in the middle, Posty, Pedro at the back, our driver, and then myself, you can see there, I was slightly worse for wear in that picture, so was it was a great weekend in Glasgow and Liverpool. So cheers to everyone that came along and said hi and bought us drinks, all the rest. So yep. Right, so before we do the next song, let's see if there are any more requests, folks. Put them on. We're going to try and fit in as much tuned in as possible. Right, let's see. Is all about the wee girl, right? So it says she was a West hero putting on a culty accent. Jimmy Mulholland there says, love the show, Ro. The Mets want a happy tune. The Mets want a happy tune. Careful what you say about them Londoners. Who wants to say she's actually from London? Joseph McGoy, I see. He's getting the old Derry dig in there, so he is. Martin, she has a degree in stupidity. She has a degree in something, I don't know what the hell it is. Right, so I'll go to this one here. The more and more I play this song, folks, the more and more I like this version. Up to about a few months ago, I was tilting towards the Marty Healy version was the best version I heard of this song. Obviously talking about Beeswing, but the more and more I keep listening to the Whistling Donkeys version, it just keeps blowing me in. It's absolutely phenomenal. So let's go. This is the Whistling Donkeys, folks, with Beeswing, and we're going to try and get a few more upbeatier songs after this next one, folks. So get the request on. We're here at 4 o'clock, so plenty of time today to get your tunes in. Right, here we go. This is Whistling Donkeys with Bees Wing, folks, on Rebel Sundays.
I was 18 when I came to town. They called it the summer of love. They were burning babies, burning flags, and the hawks against the dove. I took a job at the steaming way down on Keldrum Street, and I fell in love with a laundry girl that was working next to me. Brown hair zigzagged around her face and the look of half surprise. Like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eyes. She said to me, oh, can't you see, I'm not the factory kind, and if you don't take me out of here, I lose my mind. She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We busked around the market towns for picking down in Kent. We could tinker pots and pans and knives wherever we went. And I said to her, we'll settle down and get a few acres dug, with a fire burning in the hearth and babbies on the rug. She said, oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, you'll not own me as well. She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Camping down a Gower one time and the work was mighty good. She wouldn't wait for the harvest, I thought we should. We were drinking more in those days, our tempers reached a pitch. Like a fool I let her run away when she took the rambling hitch. And the last I heard, she's living rough back in the Derby beat. Bottle of white horse in her pocket, a wolfhound at her feet. And they say that she got married once to a man called Romany Brown. Even the gypsy caravan was too much like settling down. They say her rose is faded with weather and hard booze. Maybe that's the price you pay for the chains that you refuse. She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing. I miss her more than ever words can say. If I could just taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, I wouldn't want her any other way.
Yeah, it's on a Bees Winger, folks. Whistling Donkeys. It's that version there. Played it again last week. Somebody asked me for it in one of the gigs. Phenomenal version, so it is. Yep. That's for everyone that asked for. I think it was Christina asked me for it last week, did you? So I played it at one of Malone's last Friday. So fair play as well. Again, folks that came out last weekend. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. Right, let's see. Terry Craney says, Ro, can you play anything with Damien Quinn? As I'm left here in Glasgow with nae pals, as the Dublin 2 and the Glasgow 2 went away without me. Terry. Well, listen, I'm sure we can get a bit of Damien on for you this afternoon, so we can. That's not a problem. Omri Barkley is looking for my last farewell. Dan Breen, what is the crack? Dan, good man for last week. And Dan, again, thank you very much, mate. You're a legend. Cheers for what you gave me there last week, mate. And that wasn't COVID. So, by the way, mate, seriously, fair play to you. And again, to James Devon McClave, again, thanks, mate, for you for supporting the show last week. I know James, I don't know if he's listening to the show today, but I know he is over in Ireland this week at Rosslare for like a family affair. So he is. So don't he make me listening in. I think he's heading home today, so he is at some stage. But obviously, when I was taking these here photographs, folks, right, I have to say, these two, out of all the photographs of the gigs, these probably the two photographs of the weekend. I thought maybe this one. This is two of the ones from Liverpool, right? So this one here, right, you can see right there. See the guy laying, sleeping, snoring. There's James, obviously from Birmingham. Fair play to me, come all the way up from Birmingham to support us last week at the Liverpool gig. And I think at that stage, it was about 11:30, 12 o'clock, he was just completely out of it because he proceeded to buy all of the band, all of us, get us completely rid off. My idea last Saturday was to not have much drink, had a few pints, be fresh, ready for Sunday. No, absolutely writ off thanks to this man here. So James, can't say a thank you, but yes, and thank you very much. But then again, so due to James buying half of the bar of drink, getting us plastered, this is the shape I ended up in about a half an hour after this picture was taken. So it was, if you can see, that's me standing outside the hallway in Liverpool Irish Centre, absolutely just, boom, done. I couldn't do any more, couldn't take any more. I was absolutely just rat-arsed, folks. So James, mate, you're a legend. Thank you very much for fair play for coming there last week. Right, back to the comments we have here to see. Let's see. Steph McNally again. Steph, yes, good to see you last. Freddie Malone's mate. He was on the non-alcohol beer, weren't he? He must have been driving. Good to have the podcast back. Feels like forever. It does. Only a week, but it does feel like forever. Give us a wee bit of the weeks. You choose which one in row we trust, right, mate? Yes, I'll definitely give it a week's on for you today. What's great sense is, Ro, if you go to America, watch you don't nearly get thrown through another bus door. Jenny's been telling me stories. Your mother needs to learn to keep her mouth shut. So she does. Yes, maybe that their story make it told. I did actually get told on one of the podcasts with Dom Mackie. So it was a few years ago. But yeah, that was an eventful week, that one. So it was, I have to say. Right, so what we're going to do next, we're going to play a few more livelier songs. So this time we're going to do a tune here, Gary O. Cannot wait again to share the stage with this man. We're doing 3 gigs with him this coming week. So we're going to be doing a gig firstly on Wednesday night, folks. See, I'll actually put the picture up here now so you can see it. So on Wednesday night, we're going to be going to the Devonish Complex, where I was there on Saturday for Aslan. Phenomenal gig. So it was... So yeah, we're going to be going to the Devonish for a wee pre-St. Paddy's Day gig with myself, Gary Oak and Stefan. Again, big shout to Stefan. He's playing there last night in what was that there? Where was the fight? In Nottingham, yeah. So he was playing in the Grey Fields 2 days in a row for a pity, mate. So there's tickets are £10, folks. You can't pay at the door as well. So that's like a wee pre-St. Paddy's Day gig this Wednesday in the Devonish here in West Belfast. Gary Oak, Stefan and myself, Ro. And then the next night, folks, so there's a gig there, hasn't been mentioned on the poster, but we're going to be doing a gig in Buncrana first. So myself and Gary are going to be playing in Buncrana. I have to find out what they call the bar. And then Finnan are going to be playing in the Derry City Sports Club first. And then when they're finished, me and Gary are heading up the Derry City Sports Club to do the gig there that evening. So I cannot wait. So 2 gigs in Derry / Donegal to look forward to in Paddy's Day. Folks, we're going to do this one here. Obviously, we're doing something a bit more livelier. So this is Gary Oak. This is from my album, folks, having the Rebs for Hope that you all supported so well. And this is the brilliant Irish Citizen Army, James Connolly.
Marching down Sackville Street with the starry plum on high, here comes the Citizens' Army with its fist raised to the sky. Leading them is a mighty man with a mad rage in his eye. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class. economy, liberty. Chant goes of all citizens, the system is a curse. An English boss a monster and an Irish one even worse. They'll never lock us out again, and here's the reason why. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too. To protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty. Over in the GP, over the bullets whizzing by, Pearson, Sean McDermott have bidden each other goodbye. Up steps our citizens' leader with his fist raised to the sky. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too. To protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty. We fought them to a standstill as the flames lit up the night. Then a bullet pierced our leader, then we gave up the fight. They shot him in Kilmainham jail, they'll never stop his cry. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too. To protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty.
There we go. So the Gary Og, brilliant. The GOAT, let's say the GOAT, with Irish Citizen Army. James Connolly, folks. Yeah, that's from my album, Rebs for Hope. So there is some available, folks. I'll be bringing them with me in the gigs this weekend. If anything's about want to get one, let me know. Let's see. Roland McDonald says, I'm just saying it's my 3rd year anniversary following the page. For play, mate. There you go. Also, he's saying, Ro, if you're going to play a Wake song tonight, can I request James Connolly's Ghost and roll on Thursday? Yes, looking forward to finally meeting you. Hopefully on Thursday, Roland, with a bit of luck. This week up in Derry. So Rockers, I think you were talking about I think you were talking about the episode we done with Miles Gaffney. Well, what happened there was, I think that's one the guy from Cork. Google, because there was we played 3 of his own songs. They're like copyrighted, and and YouTube basically blocked the video. They wouldn't let me play it, so it wasn't they wouldn't let me play it. So I think he's talking about the Miles Gaffney one. That's why the one isn't online. Raging, so it was a class interview. I wanted to actually crop the interview itself and share it, because his songs are on it. I couldn't actually upload it to YouTube because they blocked it, so they did. And they actually gave me a warning for playing like illegal music, which I was actually interviewing the guy who wrote the songs, but still they blocked me for playing the songs, which is a bit of a nightmare. So it is at the end of the day. Right, let's see. Martin Sweet says, Rocker, he interviewed the same guy the following week. On the 20th was the one, there was no internet. So are you talking about the one with Potty from the Rebel Hearts, are you? Martin Kane says, Ro, what happened with playing Jackie Duddy at the end of the shows? When did I not play Jackie Duddy? Unless I haven't played it because of that show that week was a certain something. I want to play a certain song to finish off with, and maybe not, but that was the plan anyway. So that's me getting the wrap the knuckles there, Marty. I'll definitely play at the end of the show today, but I thought I had been. Only obviously a few shows we've done over the last few weeks where we had some kind of meaning to them, and had to play something different at the end of the show. But that's why I mightn't have played Jackie Duddy on that day, but sure. Kira Griffin says, Ro, something from Cruncher, please. Right, Cormac, here we go, right. Grace McQuaid doesn't mention no Allsop. Alright, listen. Here we go. Don't be getting in the bands now. Please. bands knocking back and forth and all. That's one of the reasons I bloody left playing the band. So all this here shit here from people. So Cormac and Grace, if you keep getting into Erna is the best and the Alltop's the best, blah 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 blah, you're both getting put off the page, okay? So enough of your shit. There we go. Right, so obviously I mentioned earlier on, folks, so Clover are going to be releasing their latest album. It's a second live album. It was recorded live in the PD Club in West Belfast at last year's Big Fans Gathering. So they have given me the great opportunity, and I know John Costello over in Boston isn't very happy, so isn't it? They give me the song first, but sure, John, up your hole. I'm only joking, mate. So we're going to play this one, folks. This is the first track they have finished for the album. It's the track The Foggy Dew. And when you listen to this, you folks, you'll hear the crowd and all that stuff the way it comes in. It's a really great atmosphere. So if you can imagine that the rest of the album is going to be like this here. So here we go, folks. This is so the world exclusive, I have to say. The very first track from Clover's brand new live album, live at the PD. This is The Foggy Dew, folks, on Rebel Sundays.
Okay, we're going to go on this time with a song from 1916 about the men and women making their way home after the 1916 Easter Rising. Let's hear you sing with us, The Foggy Dew.
Was down the glen one Easter morn, the city fair of Rye, where armoured lights and marching men and squadrons did pass me by. Now why did hum their battle drum, this sound out its loud tattoo. Oh, but the Angelus bell of the Liffey's swell rang out on the foggy dew. Right proudly and high over double the town, they hung out their flags of war. Was better to die neath an Irish sky than in Suvla or Sodamar. From the plains of Royal Mead, strong men they came hurrying to, while Britannia's Huns and their long-range guns sailing through the foggy dew. 'Twas Britannia made our wild geese go, and small nations they might be free. Now their lonely graves are by Suvla's waves, on the fringe of the grey North Sea. On mad they died by Pierce's side, or fought with the Provost too. Now their names we will keep where the Fenians sleep, neath the shroud of the foggy dew. But the bravest fell on the requiem bell, rang mournfully and clear. For those who died at Easter time, in the springing of that year. Oh, while the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men but for you, who bore the fight so freedom to light, by shine through the foggy dew. Oh! I rode again, though my heart with grief was sore. For I parted there with those gallant men, who I will never see no more. Oh, to and fro in my dreams I will go, I kneel and I pray for you. For slavery fled, left the rebels dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. For slavery fled, left the rebels dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. Oh!
Foggy Jill.
Well, folks, we're there. There's sort of Clover there. If you folks were there, say the very first track of their brand new upcoming album, recorded live in the PD Club in West Belfast, and that is the Foggy Jude. Foggy Jude sounds absolutely phenomenal. So fair play to the lads, and thanks very much for letting me share it on the show today. Much appreciated. You might have seen there, folks, that heard the song got a wee bit louder as I played it there. I think it's because I just noticed that the volume on the tablet I'm playing these from, like Spotify and these songs here from emails, it wasn't up as loud as it normally was, so that's why I sort of went up and then I just turned it down to try and level it out. So that's why, if you thought you were watching and it just started suddenly getting louder, that was the reason. So my apologies if I blew your ears off there. So that let's see, John McElhenney says, "Yep, brilliant, can't wait to get a copy." Rocker says, "Such poetic lyrics to this song. I was blown away the first time I heard this." So you were on about Miles Gaffney a bit ago. I see. He says, "I couldn't quite make out his first name with your accent. I hear his last name is Gaffney. I think it's the one I'm looking for. Sorry for bugging you, but yes, so it's Miles Gaffney. But say it isn't on YouTube, so it isn't. That was the one you're looking for, was it? Because it's definitely not on it. That's the one I wasn't able to upload, unfortunately. So due to YouTube just being YouTube, so they were. So cheers anyway. Right, so anybody else, folks? Let's see. John Max says, "You have been listening, have you? Afternoon, no. Can you play Geo and Pop? Do you mean George and Pop? Dedicated the big U one for myself and Sonny Falkirk. I've already played it there, so I did at the start of the show, mate. But yeah, it was great to see you last week, John, mate. I heard you and Pedro got into a bit of a state, and he doesn't know how I get home, so he didn't. His poor dad to come pick him up. So yep, there we go. So cheers for that there. Right, so what do we have next? So folks, in the next hour, we're going to be releasing the full details of the Rebs for Hope 2022. I cannot wait to get this here, folks, uploaded and let you all know about it finally. So I want to wait till we get the tickets out of the way for last weekend. So just so you know, the tickets for the Rebs for Hope are going to be on sale this Friday morning, folks, at 9 o'clock. So yep, don't be thinking of a mad rush. You have to get them at 9 o'clock, but they're going to be on sale from 9 o'clock. So it's going to be a maximum of 250 people per night for the hall. So we'll have the Friday night in the Balmoral and the Saturday night at the Balmoral, 250 people per gig. So I'll let you know more about there once we do the wee ad for it. So let's see. So I think that there's shut using up there has a bit the flute band, so it has. Right, so we're going to do a song here now for Kira, who's asked this one down in Sleeve Do. She says, "Me and the hubby are sitting in our bar out the back." See, this sent me a picture of an class looking bar. Jesus Christ, here for a pretty. This looks some cracks. It was listening to the best Sunday show. Please play anything from Cruncher. So seeing Kira saying you put it so nicely, we'll do this one for you. This is the brilliant Terry Cruncher O'Neill with one of the best versions I've ever heard of this song, apart from Christy Moore. This is Cruncher's unique version of Viva La Quinta Brigada. Here we go.
10 years before I saw the light of morn, Carmen Jimmy P. roads roulette. From every corner of the world came sailing the Fifth International Brigade. Came to stand beside the Spanish people, try and stem the rising fascist tide. Like Gonzales were the powerful and the wealthy, like Railsmen came from the other side, and even the others were bleeding as the battle bar Madrid had thundered on. Truth and love against the force of evil, a brotherhood against the fascist power. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no pastor on the pledge of their death. How like these and cry all the hillside, let us all remember them tonight. Up the yard was the Church of Ireland pastor, from Killarney across the Pyrenees again. From Derry came the brave young Christian brothers, oh side to side they fought and died in Spain. Tommy Boots at 17 died in Gabora, Philip Aggie learned to go to his gun. From Dublin to the Via del Rio, Tommy foot dive beneath the blazing sun. Viva la Quinta, no posture on the pledge of a dead fight. All our tears cry on the good side. Let us all remember them tonight. Many Irishmen, they heard the call of Franco. Tried Hitler on Mussolini too. Propaganda from the pulpit and newspapers up to the features of the crew. And the word came from the dudes supporting the Nazis. Yes, the men pull up the bed and shoot again. When the big lost the blue shirts in Dunleary, they sail beneath the swastika of despair. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no punch around the pledge of a fight. All of these cry on the good side. Let us all remember them today. And the song, it is a tribute to Frank Ryan. Did call, man, did he call you too? Peter Daly, Charlie Reagan, and you, Bonner, oh, but many died, but can never few. Donny Doyle and Blazer Brown and Charlie Donnelly, Tim Thompson and Jim Straley from Short Strand, Jack Nulty, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy, Dick Foley, Tony Fox and Jim Oldham. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no pastor on the pledge of a death bed. All of these are proud on the good side. Let us all remember them today. Viva la Quinta Brigada, Viva la Quinta Brigada, Viva la Quinta Brigada. Thank you very much.
Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead, buried in Killarney. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Go fuck your British Army. Well, beat the pigs and hunt the cows and hunt the cows and hunt the cows. Beat the pigs and hunt the cows early in the morning. Took her like a paddy deer, I'm over here. Took her like a paddy deer. I seem to stop your yawning. Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead, buried in Killarney. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Go fuck your British Army. Yup. She is Sonathan, she's Sonathan, she's Sonathan. Katie, she is Sonathan, she likes a glass of brandy. She drinks in her bed, she's snake. Drinks in her bed, she's snake. She drinks in her bed, she's snake. It makes her nice and some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead, buried in Killarney. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Go fuck your British Army. Oh, well, the wife, she has a hairy thing, a hairy thing, a hairy thing. Me wife, she has a hairy thing. She showed it to me on Sunday. Bought it in the 40th shop, bought it in the 40th shop. She bought it in the 40th shop, she brought it back on Monday. Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead, buried in Killarney. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Go fuck your British Army. Right, Potter Brown, so we hear singing, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead, buried in Killarney. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Go fuck your British Army. More say she rose again, more say she rose again, more say she rose again. Fuck Maggie Thatcher and your British Army.
There we go, folks. Kind of the bold Chris Carney of you. And a wee song dedicated to the late bitch, there's Maggie Thatcher. Some say the devil is dead. That was Chris recorded there live in Potter Brown's pub in Dublin, folks. And before that there, we had Terry Cruncher O'Neill with his great version of Viva La Quinta Brigada, especially for Kira and her hubby watching the show today in their class-looking pub at the back garden for prettiest. Johan says, here we go, I'm like a child at Christmas, I'm awaiting the information how to book the big fans gathering. Annie, Stefan. Grace, the thing is, there is, Stephen hasn't really recorded any stuff, but there's one song on YouTube I'm going to play from him later on that I have lined up, so I will give it a Stefan on for you later on, so well. Yeah, any more requests? Kieran was looking for a video to end across McLean. Yes, I'll have a wee look. Just hang at their own for you, mate. Wally Reid says, long we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Yeah, great wee track there by David Rovics up Provost Francis Hughes. So maybe get that on as well if you want me to later on. Wally Reid says, I'd love the shover once Maggie Thatcher is gone. Right, so what do we go do next? Right, so as I mentioned there, folks, on Saturday and Friday there, me and Laura went down to the Devonish. Very, very rarely we get a night out, so that was great to actually get a date night as such out. So we went for something to eat, and then Aslan was playing at the in the Devonish, so they were. And I haven't seen Aslan and Donkeys. It probably would have been at Shane Students Union in Belfast a few years ago, last time I went. And I've had the absolute privilege to do 2 personalised gigs with Christy myself in Trinity Lodge here in West Belfast a good few years ago now, when Christy came out, and it was like a solo gig, so it was, just myself, and I was doing the music for him stuff, and got to meet him, and a phenomenal guy, just legendary Irish figure, singer, songwriter, so he is, and ever since then I've always been a massive fan of Aslan, so anytime they're here I've always go and try and see them. So they were playing there in Devonish on Friday night as part of the Feel in Yari, the spring festival. So I got a few videos. So I've done this one here of Christy always does the Green Fields of France, and just the way he sings it is just phenomenal. So it is. He just sits there on his own and does a wee sort of vocal version, a cappella, no music, nothing. So I'm going to actually play the version that he done with Finbar Fury on RT there a few years ago. After this, but I'm just going to do this is just a wee snippet here from the Devonish share on Friday night of Christy and Aslan doing the Green Fields of France.
I can see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the Great Fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. Young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they
class? So it was Aslan, folks, are the Devonish on the Friday there past the very first gig actually of their 40-year anniversary. About 40 years Aslan as a band has been on the road, and it's a great story like even you watch them, but the band is not split up. They threw Christy out of the band, so they did a few years ago, and they went their separate ways. He was doing his own thing, they were doing their own thing, but Aslan just wasn't Aslan without Christy Dignam in it, so it wasn't, and when it was great to see when he came back with them. So we're going to do this one here. A few years ago, obviously Christy Brown. Christy Dignam has been on the Late Late Show a good few times, and I hate playing anything from the Late Late Show because I think just Ryan Tupperty and all these other boys that present that show, they're just gobshites. You hate them. But this version here he does with Finbar Fury. It's just make the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. A lot of people say, you shouldn't play William McBride all this year, what the song it is, and Greenfields of France. Be ashamed of yourself. I think it's a phenomenal song, but so I always play it in the show. So here we go. This is recorded live in the RTE on the Late Late Show, and this is Christy Dignam with Finbar Fury, the great legendary Finbar Fury, singing the Green Fields of France.
Well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while, neath the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done.
I can see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the great falling in 1916. Well, I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. Young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did he play the fife slowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? And did the band play the last post and chorus? And did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?
Did you leave here a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. Although you died back in 1916, in that faithful heart are you forever 19?
Or are you a stranger without even a name, enclosed down forever behind a glass pane? On an old photograph, torn, battered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife slowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? And did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?
There we go. The brilliant Christy Dignan there with Finbar Fury. I was recorded there live for RT in the Late Show a few years ago. And just say I played the wee clip there from Aslan on Friday night. Before it, live in the Devonish. And Christy is, I know now, he has had his battles over the last few years with cancer and stuff. And you could tell by his voice in some of the songs the other night. It was still very hard of him to do that are more livelier songs, you know. But he pulled it through in a great gig. So it was, yep, anybody that was there the other night, and anybody that's going to see Aslan the rest of their tour, you're in for a real treat. It's I see, because they have a keyboard player with him this year, and plus Christy's daughter Kira is also doing backing vocals on the tour with him. So yep, you're looking forward to that there, folks. Right, this is Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast. Hope you're enjoying the show. Yeah, so first week back, folks. It sounds like a bit away for ages. I haven't really. Just last week, but just it's as if about away for about a month. So listen, if you're enjoying the show, folks, please drop us a wee tip or donation. It does help towards keeping the show running every week. So now, if any of us have like Revolut or PayPal, all you do is just see that wee QR code there, scan your phone with it, or if you don't want to scan it, the two quick links are paypal.me/DJ Rose Show or Revolut. .me DJ Rose Show, and just drop in, folks, anything you can, as much as little as you can, be much appreciated. Say, it keeps me here every week doing the show, entertaining usings, and having the crack with you. All donations every week, they are much appreciated, folks, and the show actually couldn't keep going without them. So thanks very much to all of you who donate every single week. It's you're legends, all of you. So also, if you don't have PayPal or Revolut, just send me a wee PM to any of the pages on Instagram, Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and I'll give you a wee bank link. There's a few people every week as well that send me a wee, just like a donation via like a bank transfer. So I'll send you through the details if you want to do it there, folks. But again, just to point out, thanks very much to all these that do give me a donation. It does keep the show going. So thanks very much. Right, let's see what our comments we have coming through. Stephen Holbrook says, can you play My Old Man's a Pro? Well, maybe keep it later on in the show, Stevie, because I don't want to get cut off just yet. Because it seems any time I do play our song or any Irish Brigade song, it seems just to get shut off on Facebook. So we'll make it on at some stage this afternoon. Let's see what else to have. Yep. So we'll try and get that on later on. Let's see. Right. So Marty has sent me a pitch here. So honestly, this is just to wind up Terry. So obviously Marty was doing his groupie there, pricing with doing his 20 last week with Damien Quinn, The Rock, doing the Rebel Sundays t-shirt. So I'll see if I can get it loaded up. Let's see. So David Watson, since listening to you for a few weeks now, I really enjoy it. Can you play North and South of the River, or for Farewell to Blackie? Yours, David Watson of Chesterfield. Right, well, normally do play Farewell to Blackie, but I've actually never played North and South of the River. Particularly because I hate U2, so I do. There's another few versions that I actually could maybe play the Sean McCaffrey version. Sean does an absolutely brilliant version of North and South of the River, so maybe we'll get that one on. So cheers, Dave, for tuning in. David, should I say, for tuning into the show. It's much appreciated. So obviously, folks, earlier on we were playing. We opened up the show with a song from the Fields of Athenry, well, done the Callie's main version. So because we're playing. Because yesterday the late great Pete St John, who wrote the song, passed away, but he has written so many great songs. So he has obviously including the Fields of Athenry, Dublin, the Rare Old Times, the Ferryman, loads of your songs. So we'll go to this one here now, the Dublin and the Rare Old Times, and there's nobody else you can play it from apart from the dirtiest of dubs of them all. The Luke Kelly. So we'll do this one. This is another song, and actually we're playing a few songs today because of Pete St John, who passed away, and this is another one of the songs that he wrote, legendary song, and then we're going to do it from Luke Kelly. So this is Dublin and the Rare Old Times, folks, on Rebel Sundays, in memory today of Pete St John.
Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and the glories that once was Dublin town. The hallowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rhymes, that once was Dublin city in the rare old times. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city in the rare old times. My name it is Sean Dempsey, as Dublin as could be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, my trade's a memory. And I courted Peggy Dignan, as pretty as you please, a rogue and child of Mary, from the rebel liberties. I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal, when he took her off to Birmingham, she took away my soul. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city in the rare old times. made me bitter. The gargle dims me brain, 'cause Dublin keeps on changing, and nothing seems the same. The pillar and the Met have gone, the Royal long since pulled down, as the grey unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Fare thee well, sweet Anna Liffey, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages that spring up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old times. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city.
Yeah, son of the late, great, legendary Luke Kelly here, folks, with a song obviously written there by the man you've seen on the screen, Pete St. John, who passed away yesterday. So God love him, and thinking of him as friends and family today, folks. This is Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast. We're going to do one more song here, if you like, and then we're going to release the details, release the beast for this year's Big Fans Gathering, Big Rebel Weekend 2022, folks, happening the first weekend of December. I cannot wait. Got loads more bands involved this year, so it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. So tickets are going to be on sale next Friday, folks, at 9 o'clock. But don't worry, I'm going to be torturing you about this here for the next months on end until the event is sold out. And then we're going to have 2 great nights. I'll say 2 great nights, 3 great nights to look forward to. So we'll do this one here, and then after this here, great track from the fan column and Kathleen Largy. We're going to give out the full details of the Big Fans Gathering 2022. Here we go. Almost worked there.
Ireland's fight for freedom, boys, the North has played its part. Though the day has still to come, we've never yet lost heart. For we'll fight it out until the end. We'll fight, for we cannot fail. We know we'll win, although they have our
There we go. So Kathleen Logging, the flank column with our lads from Crumlin Jail. Folks, yes, so I see everybody all right now. Facebook cut us off. Yes, they did cut us off for that song, but it's back on again now, so it is, so don't worry. We're just jumping into a new live stream on Facebook, so I can see the numbers jumping back up again. So, yep, I'm sort of glad now they cut me off before I started doing the ad for the Big Fans Gathering, which I'm going to do next year. So, yep. Kathleen Largier, for who asked for it, there's somebody in the comments asked for it. So, folks, here we go. So, I say this is the moment you've all been waiting for. I know I've been sitting on this here for a while now, so I have so finally ready to release the details. So, the Big Fans Gathering 2022, folks, will be happening first week in December at Balmoral Hotel in West Belfast. Here we go. We'll put together a wee video. It lasts a few minutes long, but for the whole weekend, it is a pretty lengthy sort of a thing of what's going to be happening. So just watch the whole video, folks, and put on a nice wee catchy song that'll really get your grips. Here we go, folks. I want to see us all here. This is looking forward to the Big Fans Gathering 2022. Here we go.
By fierce side are fought with the provost too. Now Sam Brown folk puts the buckles big and strong. The holster that's been empty many's a day.
At Diblock Court, my protest soon began.
As the order it rang out, presents arms in fire.
time you're going to be hearing that there. So it isn't. I almost played it again there. So yeah. So that is the official banner there, folks, for the big fans gathering 2022. So just in case you didn't see it all, obviously from through the music there, here's going to be the flyer we're going to be putting out for it. So here we go. So it takes place, folks, on Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd of December at the Balmoral Hotel here in Belfast. So on the night, or the over the course of the 2 nights, we're going to have the Irish Brigade, Clover, Damien Quinn, Marty Higgins, Stefan Burbua. That's right, there's Barry Davey, and me, Andy from Derry here, Kieran Killiffin and our Carta, and myself, DJ Rule as well, folks. Now, the tickets are a wee bit more expensive than last year, but it's obviously because we're in a bigger venue this time, of a bigger outlay, so we'll have this time, so that's why the tickets are a wee bit more expensive. So a one night wristband, folks, is £15. So for the first night, obviously, you're going to have the Irish Brigade on, and who else we'll have? So the first night we're going to have the Irish Brigade, Stefan, Burbua and our Carta. Then the next night we're going to have Clover, Damien Quinn, Marty Higgins and Kieran Killiffin, folks, plus myself, Roe, on both nights. So yeah, the wristbands for one night are £15. If you want to buy a 2-night wristband, they're £25 each. And also not forgetting as well, folks, on the next night, we're going to be doing obviously the after show party live from the Rock Bar, the home of Rebel Sundays. And I have to say, when I sent this here ad my mother about a week or so ago, I said, what do you think of this? And once she seen what it said, the home of Rebel Sundays, she thought we were having the after party from here in her house. And she hears shit. She's like, what the hell is he doing, bring all these people to our house for? But nah, definitely not, mother. Only joking. So the original Rebel Sundays, so it is, So yeah, so I can see lots of people getting excited already about this here, so really looking forward to it. Celine's, yeah, brilliant, fantastic last year, cannot wait. Grace said, Cormac, not the only one, Cormac says he's buzzing, class video. Yes, happy days, mate, cheers. So I'll be sharing that out later on this evening, the video, and then obviously tickets, folks, are going to be going on sale this coming Friday at 9 o'clock from my Big Cartel website. So obviously you can buy them there through PayPal or with your credit card or debit card, whatever it is. And also, as usual, I'll be doing everybody else just contact me, and like personally, I can go around and deliver the wristbands, whatever, as well, just so they're secured, you know. So again, the wristband for one night is going to be £15, folks. Obviously they were a tenner last year, but of a bigger outlay this year, bigger hotel to play in, a bit more expense to put out. So that's why the tickets are a wee bit more expensive. But I think you'll realise for what you're getting for both nights, £15 is not a lot of money, or £25 for both nights is not a lot of money. Plus, we're going to be doing the after party the next day from the Rock Bar, which I cannot wait for. And it's going to be happening upstairs in the Rock, so we'll have the whole place take over for ourselves, and then obviously we'll all head downstairs afterwards. So that is the Big Fans Gathering, folks, 2022. It's officially out, the big Rebel weekend. So say you'll be sick of listening to that ad and the tune there from the Dropkick Murphys. Hope they don't mind me letting me use their song there from a promo ad, so I don't. So right, yep. Kieran says the countdown is on. Party and Kate's booked me in. Terry Milley says, yeah, what a lineup for December. Honestly, I thought last year's wouldn't be top, going to be some weekend. Yes, mate, definitely is. Cannot wait myself, yeah. So cheers to all the bands that have agreed to do the gig. Thank you very much. Right, so a few years had asked for a bit of the Wakes. John McElhenney as well. So we'll go to this one from Ronan McDonald, who requested this here. So this is from the Wakes' album, No Irish Need Apply. So Ronan had said I would do James Connolly's Ghost. And I have to say, haven't heard this one myself, so so looking forward to this version here. Haven't heard it. So this is the Wakes with James Connolly's Ghost, folks, on Rebel Sundays. That's for all illusions that asked for a bit of the Wakes this afternoon.
I saw James Connolly's ghost in the Coogate Lake last night. So I followed him up and into Stephen Law's close, where he disappeared out of sight. And I searched around through stone cobbled streets, but I never saw him more. So I took myself down the same stone steps where James Connolly walked before. James Conley's voice in the meadows just last year. How still the night, no other noise, but a sound so strong and clear. He called my name, I heard him speak, and his voice shook the branches of the trees. Then it floated away into that midsummer night and travelled southwards toward the Tweed. You can talk in New York City and remember while his Dublin beats, but before the Hudson and the Liffey, James Connolly made a mark in Lee. James Connolly's spirit, it lingers yet in every lane and street. From Castle Hill up to Parliament Square, and in the gift of fiery speech. And when you hear the thunder clap, that's Connolly's voice that roars. So take a walk down the same stone steps where James Connolly walked before. You can talk in New York City, or remember while his Dublin beats, but before the Hudson and the Liffey, James Connolly made a mark and leave.
We'll go sort of the wake surf of James Connolly's Ghost on the Rebel podcast. This is Rebel Sundays with myself, Rose. What was for Rowan McDonald, that one? Also for who asked for a bit of the wakes, for John Boy McElhenney, and I think it was Steph asked for a bit of the wakes as well. So hopefully that one there, you enjoyed that one. Let's see. Joseph P. McEver says, good man, Ro. Good morning, Rose. St. Patrick's Parade Day in Philadelphia. The CSC Playboys will do our part and eliminate every pint of the good stuff of the weekend as we encounter. Happy days, lads. Enjoy yourselves there. Here we go. Artino sponsoring the event at the Balmoral Hotel. Kieran there says, can't wait, Ro. Great lineup and brilliant value. Hopefully I will be in the Balmoral Hotel for the weekend and I will stay for the Rock on the air. Coach back to Belfast for Rebel Sunday in the Rock. Started off St. Patrick's week in work. Was in Belfast last night. Had to head back to Dublin for the club junior hurling game this morning. The downside of committing the team management well. Fair play to you, mate. There you go. Let's see. Right. So yeah, folks. What we'll have another hour and 10 minutes of the day show. So loads of tunes to go. And again, thanks very much to folks all of us who have donated to the show so far today. Much appreciated. Either be a bank transfer or PayPal or Revolut. Any of you have sent me through. Thank you very much. You're all legends. Cheers. Thanks very much. So again, if any of you do want to drop us a wee donation, please, you can do it this by like I here. You can scan the wee QR code there from Revolut or by PayPal or just send the wee link from your PayPal or Revolut. So it's paypal.me/DJ Rose Show or revolut.me/DJ Rose Show. Or if you don't have PayPal or Revolut, just send me a wee PM and I'll give you the details for a bank transfer, and you can send me a wee direct link. So thank you very much to all of you who have sent me something today. You're all legends, folks. Honestly, cheers. Thank you very much. Right, so what we'll have lined up next, we're going to do one now. Obviously, so Terry was obviously annoyed because all her friends ditched her and went away to Spain and left her in Scotland. So she's looking at Damien Quinn. So, folks, this here song last week, it went down phenomenally well in Malone's, but probably went down even better in Liverpool at the Liverpool Irish Centre. Of course, we're going to play the song at this show. It took from its name, the brilliant Damien Quinn, folks, with Rebel Sundays. We haven't played this here on the show in a while. So here we go. It's Rebel Sundays, folks, recorded live from Damien's album at the Rock Bar. Here we go.
Well, it took a stroll down the old Falls Road. Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Damien Quinn sing the songs of the IRA. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? 'Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn. He hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves Shebeen. Well, Jerry Oak sings fuck your flag and fuck it again. While Damien Quinn sings 18 Brits and a nation once again. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? 'Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn. He hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves Shebeen. You'll hear the songs of Bobby Sands and the men who fought and died. The broad black brimmer and the black and tans and the Provost lullaby. I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? 'Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn. He hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves Shebeen. Well, I took a stroll down the old Falls Road. Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Damien Quinn sing the songs of the IRA. I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? 'Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn. He hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves Shebeen. Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. 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 Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak.
Boom. There you go. So Damien Quinn there, folks. Wait for Terry. That one who's all on her lonesome in Glasgow after all her mates ditched her to go to Benidorm. Fair play to us, folks. Right, so Stevie Holbrook says, listen, yep, see him Wednesday night, row. Bring long arms and short pockets. Definitely. Are you going to the Daphne Shelley's? Me, Steve, and Elaine will see you on Wednesday night, mate. First round's on you. I don't know if I'll be drinking on Wednesday night. May have one or two, maybe. Show Terry the photo. I'm trying to get it uploaded. Jesus, Marty, hold your knickers on, will you? God's sake. Right, so you put me off my train of thought there, and I see it. Right, so somebody had sent me through a request. They were looking for the Flag and the Fianna from Liam Lapham. So actually, Liam Lapham, folks, was meant to be our guest today on the show. So I'm going to be getting them on next week instead now, because obviously with so much happening today with the release of the Clover song and the details of the big fans gathering, that stuff's happening on the show. Then want to take it away from Liam's interview. So Liam, legendary rebel singer from Tyrone, folks, is going to be on the show next Sunday. So I'll be out there. So somebody asked me to play Liam's version here, Flag and the Fianna, and obviously a song very, very deep and close to my heart, this one, after playing with the O'Neill Alsop flute band for many, many years. Two young fiends, Jim O'Neill and Robert Alsop, were part of the Fianna when they were killed. So yep, this one is for all of you as well. So from New Lodge, and for the person who had to try and look in my phone who it was asked for it. So this is Liam Lapham, folks, with the Flag of the Fianna on Rebel Sundays.
By yonder green hill flies the flag of the Fianna. In the silence the scouts seem to go to and fro. Night shades are creeping, soon the slough I'll be sleeping. In the tents close by where the cannon fire loyal maid is awakened from the long silent slumber. The thought of today will inspire the sea. Hark to the triumph, oh what a triumph, as they march o'er the mountains in columns of green. Scouts of the Fianna advance o'er the nation. May every home greet you with joy and delight. May God give you strength for to love Him and Ireland. And when the day comes, give you courage to fight. So to all Ireland's youth of today and tomorrow, don't let our comrades' deaths be in vain. Pledge yourself loyal to the struggle for freedom, and one day we'll send all the Saxons back home. And one day we'll send all the Saxons back home.
Yeah, son of the Liam Lappner, folks, with Flag na Féin. So Liam is going to be the guest on next week's show, so I'm looking forward to getting Liam on. So he is, right, folks, any more requests? What we'll have on here? Another hour of the day's show. Let's see, Audrey Buzzaget, yep, hotel book roll on the summer. Happy day, Audrey. Listen, it was great to see us all there last weekend in Scotland. Listen, use your hardcore. Honestly, I don't know how you do it. You must have the guts or of a I don't know what, but like the take the drink that you drunk last weekend. Yes, there are some pubs for it, but here it was great to see us. Thanks very much for coming on Friday night, by the way. And then great to see us again in Kelly's on Sunday night. Good laugh, good crack as are. So it'll be good to see us all if you come to the big fans gathering in December. Right, so Derek Delaney says, yep, Rose, say again, hi again for the staff of the Thistle Bar in Bandorm, thanks. Yes, so I'm just going to put the wee picture up you sent me here, Derek, in a wee second. So, that's for illusions, Dirty Dubs, and a few Scotties as well who are over in Benidorm now, in the Thistle pub, listening to the show today. So thanks very much, and cheers to the staff for having having the show on in the bar. It's much appreciated. So I've got a couple of wee photos I'm going to upload that people have sent me in. Folks, for anybody else that wants to send a photo in, if you're just watching the show today, having a wee drink in the house or whatever, send it in to me, and I'll get it on. And I'll put it on the screen. Be good to see where you all are, all over the world listening to the show. So much appreciated. Right, so for Derek and all the crew here over in the Thistle Bar in Benidorm, they were looking for The Town I Love So Well. I haven't played this version of the song in a while, right? But I'm going to go play it now because I seen John on Facebook earlier on, and a really good friend of mine, John Rafferty from Best Belfast. He's a country singer, so he is. And a few years ago, he won the Glór Tír competition on I think it was in TG Cahir, so it was, and this was the winning song that won the competition. So these guys were looking for The Town I Love So Well, and this was John's version. This is the live version from the final of Glór Tír. John is just a phenomenal singer. He's one of my very best friends. Honoured and proud to call him my best friend. So I know he'd be happy to have this song played on this show. So, although he's definitely not rebel oriented at all, he doesn't sing rebel music. That's could be farther from John's foray, as they say. So, listen, I know he would maybe playing this here song on the show, especially because it has been requested. So, for Derek and all the crew in the Thistle Bar in Benidorm, listen to some fusions. This is The Town I Love So Well from my good friend John Rafferty on Rebel Sunday. Say this is John's award-winning. This song won him the Glór Tír on TG Cahir a few years ago. So sit in, folks. Let's listen to this man's voice. Absolutely phenomenal.
In my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where our school played ball by that old gas yard wall, we laughed through the smoke and the smell. Going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many ways, in a town I loved so well. In the early morning, the shirt factory horn called the women from Cricket, the moor and the bog, watched the men on the door, played a mother's role, fed the children, and then they walked the dog. And when times got tough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep inside was a burning pride for the town I loved so well. There was music there in that derriere, like a language that we all could understand. I remember the day when I earned my first pay, and I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me. For I'd learned about life, and I found me a wife in the town I loved so well. But when I returned, how my eyes had burned to see how a town it could be brought to its knees, and the armored cars and the bombed out bars and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the army's installed by that old gas-shot wall, and that damn barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town I love so well? Now the music's gone, but they still carry on, for their spirits been bruised, never broken. They will not forget, but their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. For what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. I can only pray for a bright, brand new day in the town I love so
Big John, what should I say? Not so Big John these days. He's doing phenomenal with the weight loss. John Rafferty, mate, you're a legend. That was John Rafferty here, folks, with Town Love So Well, and that was his winning song that won the Glory Tier competition in TG Cahill a few years ago. So that was for all the crew over in the Thistle pub in Benidorm today. So I'll just like to put a wee picture up for you. So I'll say, Derek sent me this photograph here. So this is the Thistle pub in Benidorm. So cheers for tuning in today. That's the girl who owns the bar, I'd say it as well. So this great wee bar. And I love Benidorm Old Town. So it's just something about it. It's but there's I think there's a wee Rangers pub up that lane as well, is there somewhere? We walked in it one day for the crack on with their salty taps on, and there was some Spanish boy behind the bar. So there was, and he just gave us a pint. And we sat there in the bar, full on 3 salty taps on. Not a word was said. And the Rangers bar in Old Town Benidorm. So this is the one that Marty wanted to stick on just to wind up Terry. So it was Marty there with his Rebel Sundays t-shirt with Damien Quinn the Rock last week. Damien looking very red. That must have been the suntan he got from going that there cruise. And another couple of sentences as well. So Ciara Griffin, this is her garden shed pub. Look at the size of this thing. This is bigger than my house. And this is their pub out their back garden, listening in today to Rebel Sunday. So cheers, Ciara, you and your man. Thanks very much for tuning in. And Joseph sent this one in. He said I have been spotted in Free Derry. So I have. Oh, definitely the best picture of the day there. So it is sent in so far. So cheers, Joseph. Good crack. So it is. Right, folks, this is Rebel Sundays down to the last hour or so for this afternoon. Right, let's jump in and see what other comments we have here. People are, what shit is you're all talking. Let's see. Burra Gorman says, could we have bloodstained bandage for the Edinburgh Hibbies? Yes, maybe get that on. Haven't done that in the show in a while. Geraldine Cottle, hi, afternoon, everyone. How you doing, Geraldine? Hope you're keeping well. Listen, just if you ever need to talk, all I'm saying is, send us a wee PM or whatever. I know you're going through a tough time at the minute, so just keep the chin up, missus. That's all I can say to you. Martin Haney, King Tato Buns. Right, so let's see what's wrong about here. Right, one row, defend yourself. Right, see, it's Celine. So he says, don't worry, I've enough here for the last 5 years. God love him. Big row, fresh buns for you in the morrow, lad. Well, listen, I'm gonna be up in the morning. I'm going to the Almac in the morning, Stevie, and I'll be up to you at about 7:30. So you better have some buns for me. See you better. Definitely. See, brilliant, Joseph. Right, what else we're going to do here now? What are we talking about? So Michael, is that there? Michael Houlihan or Julian? Greetings from America. Thank you very much, Michael. Another new listener for tuning in today. Eamon Melly is looking for The Streets of New York. See, maybe get the Wolfhounds version or the maybe the Chris Carney version. Somebody asked me to play a bit of Chris Carney. Audrey had asked me to play. Can I play the Chris Carney Beeswing? So I already played Chris earlier on. Played the Devil Is Dead. So that's your Chris Carney fill for the day. So it is. Right. So yep, I'll get that on for you very, very soon. Eamon, not a problem. Thanks very much. And Eamon again, mate, you're a legend. I tell you this every week, but thanks very much. Right. So what do I have lined up here next? What song do I have in? Right. So somebody had said it on, could I play Farewell to Blackie? And even though Marty has been a bit of a gobshite today, we're going to do this one for him, as he is our resident South Derry one. So this is from the Druids album, Starry Plough, and probably way back in the day whenever the Druids were a rebel band, and now they're travelling around America this week masquerading as a rebel band, but that's another story. So it is. But this is back when they were good, and I had a bit of respect for them. And this is the great Paddy Mangan on the words of singing this one. No, sorry, it's Big Gary. So it is doing this one here, but say the mandolin in this one here where Paddy's playing it. But this is Big Gary Lawler singing this here. It does one of the best versions of Farewell to Blackie I've heard. Absolutely phenomenal. So this is the Druids from their album out a few years ago. Starry Plough. This is Farewell to Blackie for all these South Derry ones, and especially Marty as well, our resident gobshite, or resident should I say moderator on YouTube. Marty, this one's specially for you. Here we go.
Farewell to Blackie, likewise Tamadov, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. My thoughts return to you from mid our cage block cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Through the hills of South Derry we marched and we drilled to exploits and action. All Irish you drilled, most feared men in Ulster, volunteers on the run. We gave England their answers from the barrels of our guns. Farewell to Bellaghy, likewise Tamladav and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. Matt's hearts return to you from mid-our cage block cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Oh gallant South Derry, you're forever blessed in our struggle for freedom. You've given your best. There's yous and there's Bateson, Sheridan and there's Lee, inscribed with their names now. Brave Tom McElwee, farewell to Bellaghy, likewise Tamladav and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. Matt's hearts return to you from mid-our cage block cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell.
There we go, folks. Son of the Druids there for you with Farewell to Bellaghy, especially for Big Marty Heaney, that one, our resident YouTube moderator. So thanks very much, folks. I see a lot of you are all starting to share the video on the flyers for the Big Fans Gathering. So say fill your boots if you can. Share it along any streams you want. We much appreciate it. We got so the word is now out, so it is. So we'll be literally torturing people over the next lot of weeks for this night. So the video will be getting played. The flyer will be getting shared about. So well. So yes, folks. Thank you very much. So I really am excited about this event, I have to say. So just a wee quick recap again here for you, so you can see. Let's see with the flare up, because it is going to be a big event this year, folks. I can't see anything else in Belfast being bigger this year. So this is the way it's going to be. So the Big Fans Gathering 2022 is going to be taking place in the Balmoral Hotel in Belfast, folks. And also as well, if you are going to be travelling for the weekend, the hotel is doing a special room rate for that weekend. So I don't know what it is. We've just been told it's a wee bit cheaper than the normal room rate. So if you want to phone the Balmoral Hotel on the Blacks Road, you're probably better do it over the phone if you're going to try and get the room rate, and just say you have to quote the Big Fans Gathering, and I've been told if you tell it on the phone that you will get the special room rate. So that's the way it is. So Friday the 2nd of December, the first night, folks, we have the Irish Brigade, Stefan Burbua. So if you don't know who Burbua are, Burbua is like a two-piece rebel band from Derry, consisting of Barry Davey. You all know Barry very, very well, and then Andy, who plays the whistle for Kelly's Men. He also plays alongside Barry and Burbua. And then opening the show at night, we'll have the young lads Kane and Cormac from Arcarta. They opened the show at last year's Big Fans Gathering on Saturday night, so definitely really want to ask them back this year, because they put on a great show, and I say also always want to sort of support up and coming local talent, folks. So yeah, they're going to get their chance again. Then Saturday night, the next night, folks, Saturday the 3rd of December, the night is going to be headlined by Clover once again, who is travelling up from County Limerick and Tipperary. I had to mention Quaveney, I know she gets very, very annoyed, so she does. And then we'll have Damien Quinn again. Then Marty Higgins is going to be coming. I can't wait to see Marty. Marty is one of my favourite rebel singers. And then opening the show at night, we'll have Kieran Killiffin. A lot of you might have seen Kieran in the Rock Bar, folks, the odd time. So Kieran again is another up-and-coming rebel singer from West Belfast. So delighted to have Kieran on the bill at night, so we are. So both nights, folks, are going to be hosted by myself, and going to be playing the start and the end of the night. So and then so I say the tickets for both gigs are so for a wristband for one night is £15, folks, right? And then a wristband for 2 nights. So you're saving yourself a fiver is £25, and then so the tickets going to be on sale this Friday on the Rebel podcast.bigcartel.com. And again, folks, if you don't have a credit card or like a PayPal or nothing, just give me a wee shout and I will get your tickets somehow arranged for you or delivered. But yes, folks, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a class weekend, and then not forgetting the very next day we're going to be doing the after show party. So we are in the Rock Bar, the legendary home of Rebel Sundays, upstairs in the Rock Bar. So I cannot wait. Right, so we're on another 45 minutes of the day's show to go for you. Right, let's see. Where are we? I Love Cats by. Can you play The Hills Around Dunloy for Jared from Swatra? Right, I'll see if I can get that on for you. Let's see. David Tempest Mitchell. Great show, pal. Here's hoping to manage to get tickets for the gathering. Well, mate, say it's going to be a maximum of 250 per night. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting on sale 300 of the weekend wristbands, right? And then 200 of the 200 of the one night wristbands. So for you, just so it's, but I say there will be a big demand for the double wristbands, because if anybody's they're not going to come to one night, they're coming for both nights. That's why I would decided to do the whole weekend thing. So yep, it'd be great to see you here, David. John Boy McElhaney says, already booked up, yippee. Make sure you bring more stamps this time if you name it. Rambo JP73, there you go. Alright, mate. Yeah, Joseph McGuy says that would I play P.P. Marley? I think it's called In Memory of the Gibraltar 3. I've already played the Gibraltar 3, so I have Dan Breen. What is the crack, Dan Breen? Elaine says I will put him on a timeout. Right, so what are we going to do next? So I'm trying to find who asked me to play the Bloodstained Bandage. Just looking for the comment to see who it was. Where are we? Where is it? Just flicking up these here comments here. Where are ye? It was a new person, so it was I hadn't seen before. I'm trying to find out who had asked for it. Right, well, cannot save whoever it was asked for Bloodstained Bandage. Make yourself known on the screen in the comments again, and I will get it on. Kate thinks is I don't have PayPal. You don't need PayPal. You can use your if you have a bank card or bank account. But again, if you don't have PayPal, just let me know. And I will I'll somehow get tickets. I mean, if it means having to get tickets left over and pay on the night or something, it's not a big issue. Do you know what I mean? Right, so here we go. We're going to the next one for you. This is the Bloodstained Bandage by Ray McAravey and the Wolfhound folks on Rebel Sundays. In the last 45 minutes of the day. I see, I'm not even listening today. I still have that's Farewell to Blackie on again there. Seeing you're travelling with 2 channels here, and the mixing desk on. So you almost got Farewell to Blackie again. So for Burra Gorman, there you go, Burra. There you go, Burra Gorman that asked for Bloodstained Bandage, and that wasn't it there. But this is Bloodstained Bandage by try again, Ray McAravey and the Wolfhound. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That's for Burra. There you go.
Cold May morn was breaking over Dublin's weary town. 16 brave men have fallen to the rifles of the crown, because they loved their country and served the night and day. But before they faced the rifles, this is what those boys did say: take away the blood-stained bandage from off an Irish brow. We fought and bled for Ireland, and we will not shirk it now. We have held her in her struggle, in an answer to her call. And because we sought to free her, we are placed against the wall. Ned Daly, Euston, Colbert, MacDonagh and McBride, McDermott and the brothers Kent with Clark and Plunkett died. McMahon, Pat and Lee Pierce, Mahan and Ian, and the last of all James Connolly, this message to them send: take away the blood-stained bandage from off an Irish brow. We fought and bled for Ireland, and we will not shirk it now. We upheld her in her struggle, in answer to her call, and because we sought to free her, we are placed against the wall. Take away the blood-stained bandage from off an Irish brow. We fought and bled for Ireland, and we will not shirk it now. We upheld her in her struggle, in answer to her call, and because we sought to free her, we are placed against the wall.
I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money and a cartload of dreams. Take your time, said me father, stop rushing like hell. Remember all is not what it seems to be. For those fellas would put you for the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. So take care, me young bucko, and mind yourself well. Will you give this sweet note to me brother? At the time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn. Me father, the youngest, put down to the farm. When a phone call from America said send the lad over, the old fella said sure it wouldn't do any harm. For I've spent my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. Sure maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see, and you can bring it back home. Take it easy, y'all. So I landed at Kennedy on a big yellow taxi, carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. Well, me poor heart was thumping around with excitement. I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the short pathway to the flatlands in Brooklyn, to my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, and I sang "You're as free as a bird." Well, to shorten the story, what I found out that day was that Benji was shot down in an uptown parade. And while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city morgue. Well, I phoned up the old fella, told him the news. I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes. And he wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, but not to forget the proud Irishman. So I went up to Nellie's beside Forum Road, and I started to learn about the lift of the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year was the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December cause the owl fella died, and to borrow the money from Phil on the side, and all the bright flowers and grass couldn't hide the poor wasted face of the farmer. I sold up the old farmyard for what it was worth. Into my bag stuck train, and I caught me a plane, and I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I've set foot in Dublin. The kids know to use the correct knife and fork, but I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order on the streets of New York. La 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 la
Yeah, some of the tones there, folks, the old tones with Streets in New York, especially for Eamon Malley, that one. Cheers, Eamon, legend, Yarmucker. And then before there, we had the Bloodstained Bandy, especially for Barra. Let's see, Barra, what was the second name? Barra Gorman. Big Johan says, have sent the hotel an email. We'll have to get you your own big ensuite bathroom as well, so hell, Johan. I know you don't like sharing, so you don't. Right, so what have left here? Another 35 minutes. Rambo says, can I play the Irish Soldier Laddie? Right, folks, if anybody asked me for a song, Martin Heaney says, tickets got for Wednesday night, bring your wallet, Ro. If you had a sale, maybe I'll get you them for free. But you've already bought tickets now, sure, what can you do? Right, just folks, so over Easter, obviously it's a few weeks away now, but there's going to be no show on Easter Sunday, so there isn't. I know last year we had Derek Warfield on, but I think it was because of the end there was still like the lockdown and all was on and stuff, so it was we made a big thing. It was a massive interview and it was great, but obviously this year I'm going to be going to the parade, so that's the thing to do. You go to the parade in the Falls Road on Easter Sunday and honour our Patriot Dead, so there's going to be no show on this Easter Sunday, but I am doing a few gigs over the space of Easter Saturday. So Easter Saturday I'm going to be playing in Crossmaglen, folks, with the lads from Finnan, and that's going to be in the Cross Square Hotel at Crossmaglen. So tickets are $5, and that's on Easter Saturday night, so it is, and then on Easter Sunday, let's see if I can just find the wee flyer here for this one. I'm going to be playing here in McKenna's Bar, folks, down just beside the docks at Sailortown. So I'm going to be doing a Rebel Sunday from 8 to 12. So hopefully, I know Brian has very, very good Wi-Fi on there, so I should be able to stream the whole gig from McKenna's Bar on Easter Sunday night. But just giving you a wee bit of a heads up now, folks, so there's going to be no show on Easter Sunday itself. Just mainly because Easter Sunday is the biggest day of the year for Republicans, and I'm going to be going to the parade with the rest of the family, just honouring, obviously, our Patriot Dead, folks, as I would have advised and asked all the rest of you to do. Now you tell me, you can best £30 worth of pints here. £30 make you about 3 pints in the Devonish, so it might, because I was in there the other night and it isn't cheap, I tell you that. Stevie says, I'm going to play the Galtney Mountain Boy. Dirty Cardwell is looking for Grace. We just actually reminds me here, I have to play Grace for Mick Conlon at their last night. So we're going to do this one now. It's so one of the guys that is playing at the Big Fans Gathering, he played last year, and we're talking about Stefan. He's one of my favourite singers here in West Belfast, and he's just going up and up and up. His stock is rising and rising. The guy's a phenomenal singer, great voice, great guitarist. He was over in Nottingham last night and the night before as well, playing at the Grey Friars pub for all the Mick Conlon fans over. So this is one of the very rare songs that Stephen's recorded. This was one of the ones he has on YouTube. So this is great, his version of 90 Miles to Dublin Town, the Christy Moore song. So Stefan, £30 isn't enough for petrol nowadays. How'd you ask that wee girl earlier on? £30, I'll still get you £30. So, well, apparently, this is Stefan, folks, with 90 Miles Dublin Town. He is going to be one of the acts at this year's Big Fans Gathering. He's going to be playing at the Friday this year, alongside a couple of other great acts, the Irish Brigade and our Carta and Burr Burr as well. So this is Stefan, folks, from Rebel Sundays. Here we go.
I'm 90 miles from Dublin town. I'm in a H-block cell. To help you understand my plight, the story now I'll tell. I'm on the blanket protest. Oh, my efforts must not fail. For I'm joined by men and women in Longcash and Armagh jail. It all began one morning. I was dragged to Castlereagh. And though it was 3 years ago, it seemed like yesterday. For 3 days kicked and beaten, I then was forced to sign confessions that convicted me of deeds that were not mine. Sentenced in at Diblock Court, my protest soon began. I could not wear their prison gear, I was a blanket man. I'll not accept their status, no, I'll not be criminalized. That's the issue in the blocks for which we give our lives. But over there in London town, oh how they laugh and sneer. If they could only make us wear their loathsome prison gear. Prisoners of war is what we are, oh that we must remain. The blanket protest cannot end till status we regain. I've been beaten round the romper room because I won't say sir. I've been frog marched down the landing, then dragged back by the hair. I've suffered degradation, humility and pain. Still the spirit does not falter, British torture is vain. I've been held in Squalden water while my back with deck scrubs was tore. I've been scratched and cut from head to foot, then thrown out on the floor. I've suffered mirror searches, been paroled by drunken pairs. Oh, I've heard my comrades cry and scream and utter useless prayers. Now with the news that's coming in, my protest cannot fail. Oh, now we're joined by 30 girls in Armagh women's jail. So pay attention, Irishmen, oh, Irish women too. We'll show the Free State government that their silence will not do. Though I'm 90 miles from Dublin town, it seems so far away. There's more attention to my plight in the USA. Well, now you've heard my story of this filthy living hell. Remember 90 miles away, I'm still in a H-block cell. Oh, remember 90 miles away, I'm still in a H-block cell.
Folks, what do you think out there? Just listen to that there. There's Stefan there, if you with his version of the Christy Moore song 90 Miles from Dublin. just phenomenal. The guy's talent is just he doesn't know how good he is. I mean, he's just a real down to earth guy, Stefan. And you talk about him, like he doesn't know what a talent he is. And I tell him all the time, or remind him all the time, I share his stuff all the time, and it's mainly the reason why I'm getting him back here again for this gig in December. He's one of the main acts. He's going to be heading as well with the rest of the guys. So can't wait to have him. Oh, sorry there, Stephen. Come through on YouTube still, see where. Dirty says, am I playing in McInerney's Easter Sunday night? No, I'm playing in where am I playing Easter Sunday night? I'm trying to find the thing here again now. Where was it? I'm playing here in McKenna's in Sailortown Easter Sunday. So McKenna's bar is just down. It's more or less beside the docks in Belfast. Between like the Short Strand and the markets. Actually, just do you know where the Dockers Club is? It's just in front of the Dockers Club. So yep. I would play down this place regularly doing parties and stuff. So the day of the next, I was going to say Old Firmer, and then I happened to hit myself a slap in the head. The day of the next Glasgow Derby as well, I'm going to be playing here at Swam and doing a Rebel Sunday that day. So looking forward to that as well. The next Rangers Celtic game. So that's going to be in April sometime. So again, there's going to be no show that day because obviously it's an early kick-off, so I'm going to be streaming the whole set from McKenna's for the next Glasgow Derby, folks. So a few shows over the next week won't be happening. It's more or less just because I'm doing gigs outside of during the time the show is normally on, you know. So what can you do? You have to, people want you. You can't knock them back, so you can't. Let's see. John Boy McElhenney, yes, he says, well done, Ro, for plugging these young bands. Well, obviously, like in particular, like the Arcarta, the two, they're just kids, you know what I mean? They played last year, opened it up for their first time actually playing a crowd of that size on a proper sound system, you know what I mean? And they didn't shirk them at all. They went in, played away, they got a great reception. That's why I asked them again to play this year. And obviously, they're going to be sharing the stage this year with the Irish Brigade, so they are, and nothing more daunting than that sort of thing. So they're definitely up for it. So, and then, of course, Kieran Kilfin. I've known Kieran for a few years now. I know Kieran does a bit. He plays a few tunes in the rock as well the odd time. So he's another up-and-coming rebel singer from West Belfast. And that was always the plan. At the start of the night, we'll give somebody a wee chance to come in, play in front of the crowd, do their bit, you know, and get them a bit of exposure. So that's why we're getting Kieran in as well for the Saturday. So yep, that's it, folks. Right, so what we'll have here lined up next, we're going to do right. Somebody in the comments are on asked me to play the David Ravik song "Up the Provost." It was another new name come off from YouTube. Don't know who it was. So again, make yourself known if it was you that asked for the David Ravik's "Up the Provost." So this one's especially for you. Right down to the last another 25 minutes, folks. For you. So if you've asked for a song and I haven't played it yet, get the request in now, so make sure I fit it in before we finish up the day. Right, I was going to play that one again there, which would have meant coming in with the streets of New York. Frankly, I didn't. Right, this should be David Ravik's "Up the Provost."
He grew up
there we go.
On a farm
well, David, you legend, you.
Troubled Irish land, under foreign rule and the British Crown's command. His father fought for Ireland 50 years before, but the Free State cut their losses and the English won the war. When internment without trial was the order of the day, when his brother was arrested and his friends were blown away, when he was beaten near to death, he decided come what may, he'd throw his lot in with the Provost and he joined the IRA. In the occupied 6 counties, perhaps it never will be known, all the foreign soldiers in Armagh and Tyrone who decided to head back across the Irish Sea so they wouldn't have to meet the man from south of Derry. He never wavered in his battle for Irish liberty, and the Crown would soon regret the day they called him enemy. The Brits called it bandit country and it filled them all with fright. In the borderlands, you who walk the hills at night. Up the Provost, that's what he said. 3 little words that filled the British Crown with dread. With a rifle on his shoulder, a timer and a fuse, Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Once he was surrounded by the SAS. How he might escape was anybody's guess. In his boots and camouflage, he didn't miss a beat. He walked right past the soldiers and out into the street. Once he came upon a checkpoint, the soldier didn't want to die. He recognized our Francis and the soldier waved him by. He didn't want to find out if he could take what he could give. He knew there'd be a shootout and the soldier chose to live. Up the Provost, that's what he said. And from this farmer's son, better men had fled. With a rifle on his shoulder, a timer and a fuse. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Was the North's most wanted man with his photo everywhere. But he eluded capture with his wit and dyed blonde hair. For 6 years he was active, 3 times as long as most. He became a legend north to south and coast to coast. He came upon 2 soldiers out one night on patrol. They caught him in the firefight and the bullets took their toll. Crawled off into the bushes, but they found him the next day. Grabbed him by his arms and they carried him away. Up the Provost, that's what he said. With a shattered bone and a body full of lead. With a rifle on his shoulder, a timer and a fuse. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. They beat him and they tortured him and they gave him 80 years. When they brought him to the H blocks, he was greeted there with cheers. He went right onto the blanket, and when the hunger strike began, he was the first to volunteer, along with Bobby Sands. He was an Irish soldier, that's how he did his time. He knew he was no criminal, occupation was the crime. Bobby Sands had passed beyond us, where Francis soon would be. And although he couldn't stand and he could barely see, up the Provost, that's what he said. As they carried him to hospital to lay in his deathbed. With a rifle on his shoulder, a timer and a fuse. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Up the Provost, that's what he said. And soon there'd be another standing in his stead. With a rifle on his shoulder, a timer and a fuse. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes. Long may we remember Commandante Francis Hughes.
Yep, so David Rovick, sir, folks, the legendary David Rovick, sir, from Portland in USA. That is up Provost, Francis Hughes. And if you haven't listened to it, folks, David, I think it was the first interview we done on the show this year. So you can back and listen to it on YouTube. It was actually the very first time I had somebody live on screen as well on the new format of the videos. So you see me advertising there, folks, the Hills Donegal Celtic Supporters Festival early on as well. So this I'm going to get a better flare. I mean, this one here is a wee bit blurry the way it's been cropped in there, but I think it's more just to do with Mickey's poster. It's not very clear, so I'll go do my own one up so and we'll get it on just for advertising on the show. But the most important thing is, folks, it's back this year. We haven't been to Bundoran for 2 years, so we haven't. So this is going to be a big one this year, so cannot wait. So if you haven't been to Bundoran, folks, at the Salt Lake Sporters Festival, get yourself there. You can get it. There's loads of hotel rooms available. You can ring up the Central Hotel, the Allingham, or the Holyrood. There's loads. Contact Mickey Bell as well. There's on the Salt Lake Sporters page. There's he has loads of apartments and B&Bs and all. Or you want to bring a tent or a motorhome, there's loads of campsites, caravan parks you can go to, folks. So no reason not to get here. So this year, I think it's €50 for the wristband, folks, for the whole weekend. So it starts off on the Thursday night, okay? One band always plays on the Thursday night, and it be going by previous years, this is what happens. The Spirit of Freedom. Then we'll have the whole weekend goes by. We'll have then Friday night, right, and then all day Saturday night, all day Sunday night. It's a mad weekend. So the lineup for this year is Shebeen, the full band, Callie's Men, Ansparad, Fana are back again after a few years, Damien Quinn, Spirit of Freedom, of course, and the one band that everybody talks about for the whole weekend is the O'Neill Alsop Flute Band. They march up and down the street the whole weekend, marching down to the bars where the festival's taking place. It's class. Then you've Terry Cruncher O'Neill with his few band members. Phoenix Folk. You have Clover, who are making their debut this year at the Hills Donegal Festival. Glasnevin, who haven't been for a few years. They're coming this year. It'll be fun to see Kieran Connor making a mess out of themselves. And then you have Liam MacDonald, who's making his debut at Bundoran. You have Liam Lappin, who's going to be next week's guest. Is going to be playing at the festival, and then of course myself, Ro from the Rebel podcast. And over the last few years of the festival, folks, outside the Central has just got more legendary and more legendary. So we're busy doing a live podcast, and then after you get a few of the bands and singers to sing out in the live stage, which is class. So folks, if you haven't been to Bundoran for the Salt Lake Festival, try and get a ticket this year. So it takes place the last weekend of September. So it does. You literally need a weekend off after, or a week off to recover from a serious. But if any haven't been, folks, it's serious. I can't tell you how good this weekend is if you're a fan of Celtic and Rebel music. Plus this year as well, there's going to be one of the ex-Celtic players, Alan Thompson, is going to be there, and rumour has it I'm going to be doing the interview with him on stage and taking your questions and all. So that's still to be sorted, but hopefully Mickey will get it sorted out for us. So yeah, folks, this is Rebel Sundays. We're in the last 15 minutes of today's show. Let's see, David Watson says, when you play north and south of the river, cheers, comrade. Let's see, what is he just talking about here? Mick Donnelly, could I play Brenton Waters by Justice? Marianne's looking for Walk. You're talking about You'll Never Walk Alone. Let's see. Right, so we'll have another couple of songs lined up for you. Right, so a few people asked me to play Irish Soldier Laddie, so we'll do this one here. It's a great live version. Gary Og is just back from his tour in Australia over the last few weeks. Seen a few videos, look absolutely class. So this one here was recorded from his last tour in Australia, and he recorded a live album called I Believe in You. Obviously, I Believe in You is the track written by Dyke McLaughlin. The song is on this album, but this one we're going to do is Irish Soldier Laddie, and there's no better. Obviously, I always say Gary Og is the GOAT. Greatest of all time, and having been privileged to share a stage with him on many occasions, I'm going to be doing it again next week on 3 occasions on Wednesday and then twice on St. Paddy's Day. Cannot wait. So here we go. It's Gary Og with from the album I Believe in You. This is the Irish Soldier Laddie, folks, on Rebel Sundays. And we'll just turn the volume up, it'll be good. There we go. Right.
Here's another one of these Paddy McWiggin songs.
One ya boy.
This one's called the Irish Soldier Laddie. It was the morning of July. I was walking to Tipperary when I heard the battle cry from the mountains overhead. I looked up to the sky, saw an Irish soldier laddie looked at me right fearlessly and said, "Oh, will you stand in the van, like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the Crown? Well, you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, but tonight we're going to field Wexford town." Said I to that soldier boy, "Won't you take me to your captain? It'll be my pride and joy to march with you today. My brother fell in Cork, My son of 10 escort thee unto that double captain I did say. Oh, I will stand in the band, leg it through Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, where the night we're going to free old Wexford town. True Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown. Will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield? For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. And as we march back home again in the shadow of the evening, with our banners flying low to the memory of our dead, we returned unto our homes, but without our soldier laddie. But I never will forget those words he said. Oh, will you stand in a band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crowd? And will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield? For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. Oh, will you stand in the man like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crowd? And will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield? For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town.
On you boy, you sound a bit like Gary Oger, folks, from his album I Believe in You, recorded live in Australia. Let's get this here off the screen. Yeah, so again, folks, be delighted to join Gary live on stage this Wednesday at the Devonish Complex for the Sears Promotions pre-St. Paddy's Day party. There's, if you want it, you can still come. You can pay at the door. It's £10 in. So on the bill is Gary Og, Stefan, and myself. And then the following night, we're heading up to Derry / Donegal. So we're going to be in myself and Gary's going to be in Buncrana. I have to find out what the bar is first, and Buncrana first on that evening, and then we're both heading over to the Derry City Sports and Social Club for another wee gig that night. So I cannot wait to be spending Derry and or spending St. Paddy's Day in Derry, but it could be a first. So can't wait, folks. So all using ours. Hopefully see you few knocking about at some of the gigs. Is there still going on with these bloody Chris, aren't you? Like, Jesus Christ. Right, so obviously we're going to play, a few people asked me to play Grace. We'll do it one night, especially for wee Mick Conlon, who had a devastating loss last night in his match against Lee Wood. And I was watching the fight, and literally, well, I was doing a gig, but I had to see the fight on another laptop, but it was mad. I was watching every round. It was going, literally, if Michael had been able to hold on till the end of the bell at 12th, he should have won the fight because he was well up in points, but you know the way judging and all goes and stuff. But I literally turned around to change the song, and by the time I turned around, it was over. And all I seen was Lee Wood celebrating with his coach, and couldn't see Mick Conlon, so I didn't know at the stage what had happened. Obviously, he'd smacked him, and he was out cold, and he went clean out of the ring. But one thing I will say, I was absolutely disgusted with obviously Belfast Live and a few other ones were sharing the news last night that he got knocked out and put out of the ring, and see some of like the sectarianism that I heard last night from people. I mean, Jesus, like, take a break for some time. I mean, the wee lad was almost seriously hurt. He was fighting his heart out for his country, representing Ireland last night, you know what I mean? And all you seen was just basically loyalists, crowd surfer, couldn't have happened to a better person, scumbag, blah, 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 IRA supporter, all this here. And like, Jesus Christ, lads, I mean, you could have a bit of empathy, have a bit of sympathy, but that M's don't hold any of it there, so it wasn't surprising to hear the comments they were making, but and again, it was very sickening to see the comments. Let's see. John Boy McElhenney says, in COVID hell today, but thanks for the patter. Made me 10 times better. Have a great St. Patrick's Day week row, and everybody for making a great show. Not a problem, mate. I'm just glad you didn't pass me on there, but you're COVID. Fuck's sake. So yeah, but Yes. Right, so what we're going to do is we'll do Grace, obviously, last night. Mick come out to Grace and then obviously played the field off and as well after it. So we're going to do this one for Mick Conlon, who absolutely fought a fantastic fight last night, and I'd love to see him get another chance to this boy Lee Wood. Although I can't see Eddie Hearn letting it happen, but you never know. But here we go. This is in honour of Mick Conlon, this one, West Belfast's finest boxer. He done us all proud last night. Here we go. This is the Battle of Grace, and this is Callie's Men Live. This is from my album. It was on it, folks, the Ribs for Hope album. That there is still a few copies left, so I might be bringing some of them on Wednesday and Thursday. So any of you want one, if you're about Derry on Thursday or in the Devonish on Wednesday, let me know. I'll bring some down, and you can get one if you want. They're only a £5 each. Here we go. And before Marty Heaney says, you charge me a tenner, take a day off, would you?
As we gathered in the chapel here in Old Kilmainham jail, they think about these past few weeks, or will they say we fell from our school days? They have told us we must yearn for liberty, yet all I want in this dark place to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. To take me out at dawn, and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. And when all be two sides on in the GPO, I had to leave my own safe bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. But take me out at dawn, and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. As the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn, as I walk by, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see the blood upon the road. Let's hear ya! Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. But take me out at dawn, and I will wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Oh no, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye.
Yeah, that's a great sir, folks, by Kelly's Men, and especially dedicated to Mick Conlon at their last night as Heroics in Nottingham. Mate, you're obviously always winning in our eyes. Don't waste Belfast proud for her play, man. Right, folks, we're going to finish up the last song of the day. Obviously, it did say it's going to finish up the show every week going forward with Jackie Duddy. For some reason, the last couple of shows it didn't. For some reason, I might have had to play something else for the end of the show, but I'm glad Marty Kane pointed that out. Marty, so thank you very much, mate. So we're going to finish up as usual. What we meant to do with Jackie Duddy, just as we said we're going to do at the start of the year. So, folks, just again, so you know where you can find me on this St. Patrick's week. If any want to jump in or we want to head over to the gigs. So here we go. On Wednesday, the 16th of March, I'm going to be in the Devonish Complex here in West Belfast alongside Gary Ogue and Stefan. Tickets are £10, folks. You can pay in at the door so you can. Then the next day, Thursday, the first gig that isn't on the flyer here, myself and Gary are going to be playing in a bar in Buncrana. I'll have to try and find the flyer for it there, so well. And then that night, we're doing the other Saoirse Promotions event in the Derry City Sports and Social Club. Myself, Gary Ogue, and then Finnan, the lads from Crossmaglen, are going to be playing there that evening as well. So, really looking forward to hoping maybe catch a few of there. If anyone's well get tickets for it, you can get them from SaoirsePromotionsIreland.com, or you can just pay in at the door at both events. I said it should be okay. So we're going to finish up, folks, with the brilliant Jackie Duddy. So it's the last one of the day. So thank you very much to all of you who have tuned in, who have left me a wee tip or donation, whatever. It's much appreciated, folks. It's great to be back after being off for a week. I said it did seem like it was a lot longer than a week. But so did Derek and all the crew, all using Valerie over in Benidorm. I hope you guys get sunburnt very much. Only joking. Thanks very much for tuning in today and tuning into the bar. So much appreciated. To all the rest of you, folks, thank you. So it's the last song. It's the brilliant Dougie Breslin with the lovely, beautiful ballad of Jackie Duddy, folks. So I see us all next Sunday, and our special guest next week is going to be Liam Lappin. So I'll see us all then.
Jackie, I remember your face from a far distant place. Yes, I do. Jackie, you were an innocent boy. Why did they destroy your future road to you? You came from a home of 9 sisters and 5 brothers. Up in the Craigan, you were my cousin. You worked with me brother Dusty, named after me father. Died in springtime, tending looms. Jackie, you were just 17 when they shattered your dreams, and we never got over it. Jackie, you'd have found a good wife and had a wonderful life and raised your weans well. In 68, your mother Maureen, she died, and with Willie, your father, we cried. She was so very young. Her sister Dolly said if Maureen had survived, she'd have been in the coffin by your side. Your mother couldn't have coped. Jackie, you were good in the ring, 'cause that was your thing. You would have been a champion. Jackie, your nephew John did you proud. He's recognized by the crowd as fulfilling your ambitions. Your face is painted in murals down in the bog, and I pray to God that you'll not be forgotten. That day in 72, it's etched on our minds. The day that innocence died, they called it Bloody Sunday. Jackie, there were 13 others as well, more unfinished stories to tell. Jackie, 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 our Jackie, Jackie Duddy. On a summer's day in Derry in 2010, thousands gathered again, and the world had gone. The British government said sorry and admitted they're wrong. The clapping went on and on. The cheering went on and on. Jackie, your innocence was declared. Your family's voices were heard after 38 years. Jackie, now you can rest in peace. The false accusations have ceased. The truth has been set free. Hardy Doherty, Gerald Donaghy, Hugh Gilmore and Michael Kelly, Michael McDade, Kevin McElhenney, Bernard McGuigan and Gerald McKinney, William McKinney, William Nash, James Ray, John Johnston, John Young and Jackie Duddy.
Yeah, there we go, folks. So Jackie Duddy here for you from Doogie Breslin. So folks, that's us. We're going to finish up as usual with the Around the Vein from Earl. Where's that got there? Oh, down low suddenly, very lower. I couldn't hear it in the headphones. Right, so for you, thank you very much for tuning on today. You're all legends. Thank you very much. So as usual, we're going to finish up our national anthem. So please show it the respect it deserves. And I'll see you all next Sunday. And hopefully maybe catch some of you on Wednesday night on our pre-St. Paddy's Day party, or Sunday night in Derry for St. Paddy's Day itself, folks. So that's us. And I'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you very much.
Winds are slow, her tender lannikum, they fudge face hair, chanted a shinshir pasta, the akbar, pantera not the top, and dots my in sabar well. They got their kettle on was no sell. They gone their scrape. They laugh on Nabile. Charlotte Canning around the vein. Thanks very much. Good night. God bless you.
You've been listening to Rebel Podcast of Rory Carson. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We're also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel Podcast. Bhí sé bhgéis seach an sin is an fád cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teach, caisúil ar siúifigiil sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach cinneal ardan ar na main thuisiilta. Ní mór ditch ag fád cruúlaí Rebel a curda.